T-R-U-F. Truth.
He's the mirage in the rear view glass.
It's Ray from Dallas.
Was he here? Was he there? Was he ever mine?
Ray from Dallas?
Just a trick played by time.
This dude is savage as fuck.
Or just a dream?
What up, Ray from Dallas?
Ray from Dallas, tell me true.
He's fun.
Hi, Ray.
This appears to be a black man.
Ray from Dallas.
Let's take this walk.
Is he real or just a dream? Falling stars or a laser beam? Ray from Dallas, tell me true. Are you the myth or the man I knew?
This dude is
Savage as fuck.
You're daily if you do. You're daisy if you do. But I ain't got shit to prove. Boo dust, gold tooth, Lil Bruce, smile sharp enough to choose. Bang, bang, right through your cool. Walking like a rumor with a pulse. Lip curl sweeter than your cold. My eyes say try me and you freeze like salt. Got your huggle, got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle, got your huggle. Step up, I'll clear the room. You're a daisy if you do, you're a daisy if you do. All aces in my hand, better back. Tongue sharp like a tag, hit a click, clack. You wanted that heat, now it's time to meet the sun. No shade, just black. Walk, walk, walk slow. Silver in my lap. Halo, crooked heart attack. Say a piece, talk that trash. I turn every word to glass. Cut deep. Got your huggle, got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle, got your huggle. Step up, I clear the room. Smile sharp enough to do. You're a daisy if you do.
I'm the champion, feel the rush, the crowd goes wild.
Obviously, obviously, yeah, obviously. Obviously, yeah, obviously. Tell them, obviously, I know these niggas don't want me to win, but I'm sorry, G. I know they thought I wouldn't come back and pose on them hoes, but nigga, it's time to eat. I got a vendetta. Any one of you niggas, I been better. Got them gritting they teeth without gritting at them. Took a second away from the table, it's time to feast. Heard they was mumbling, talking up under their breath. That nigga a hoe, he soft. That nigga lame, that nigga bitch, he puss. I stood on business, that's law. I had them running that boots and tucking they tail and scared to put me on a song. I had them cuffing they bitch and thinking I hit. Shit, boy, what you on? Couple years out, then I'm back in this motherfucker, nigga. Do somebody, then fuck your recognition. You don't like I'm spitting, nigga, better shoot somebody. The game and full of clowns, I don't believe you sucker niggas. Better leave me be okay. Niggas better watch their speech, okay. You better than me, no way, Jose. I could be cutthroat and I'm all out, but I let them get paid for a minute. Let them look gang for a minute, but really they hate cause I never look lame for an image. Never be fake, I'm a realist, I'm solid. I went out and got it, I promise I'm with it. Want me to switch up and get soft on so you can make it, I promise I get it. I know some secrets I never tell, but most of you rap niggas got bitch ways. Quick to tell on you, get jammed down, couldn't sit down 5-6 days. Put him and him in a crossway, but a gang member on display. That's the same nigga with an AK on the block yelling out gunplay. That's the same nigga with a trap house and he been through it so he no pain. Look in the face of a real laws come questioning me, I don't know names. Bitch, I really come from the trenches. Kathleen crashed out like road rage. Be done snapped that and got life in the pen cause most of you niggas got hoe ways. Man, see, most of these niggas got hoe ways. A lot of these niggas be out here faking and fucking on these motherfucking tracks, talking that gangster shit. You too young to be done been through something, young nigga. You too young to be done been through something, nigga. Don't tell me about what you done been through, nigga. You ain't never stood over nothing. Nigga, you don't have nightmares at night, nigga. This shit sound good on the track. Now you got the other niggas out here crashing out cause they think you been through it and you they favorite rapper. Sit down somewhere, nigga. That shit lame as fuck, boy. You niggas really done piss me off. See, I see you nigga really done piss me off. So I don't fuck with none of you pussy ass rap niggas. Fuck you niggas. You niggas see me all the time, nigga. Hit me in my mouth, nigga.
Shout out to everybody out here from the 214 where I'm at, to across the states, to across the pond. Salute. You and I rocking with your guy, OFD, aka Ray from Dallas. Man, I want to tell everybody, thank you very much for always supporting me, through whatever. Y'all are the truth, hold up, the whole truth, hold up, and nothing but the truth, right? And we're going to get right into today because this show, y'all see it right here, RFD welcomes the beautiful Erica Walsh, right? So before we bring Erica on, I want to say this. Today, I want to take a moment to talk about someone truly remarkable, Erica Walsh. Some people are present in history, and some people help shape it. Erica is one of those rare people who didn't just watch from the sidelines. She was boots on the ground, witnessing the Karen Reed trial with courage, heart, and unwavering integrity. She saw the chaos, the corruption, and the false narratives, yet she never flinched when others folded under pressure. When injustice threatened to silence the truth, Erica stood firm. She stayed loyal to Turtleboy during his false arrest, showing a level of commitment and courage that few could ever match. Erica isn't just a witness. She's a symbol of what it means to be brave, loyal, and compassionate. She reminds us that true heroes don't seek recognition. They act, they fight, and they inspire everyone around them. So today, I want you to feel her strength, her courage, her heart, because Erica Walsh didn't just witness history, she lived it, shaped it, and showed all of us what it means to stand for truth when it matters most. Now, everybody from the 214 to across the pond, I want to make a big, big welcome to the beautiful Erica Walsh. Erica, what's pop? Oh, you're mute, Erica.
What up?
Man, oh my God. It's such an honor, right?
The honor is all mine, friend. Of course.
Like to just have you on the show, right? Because like with me watching this and me can understand this, I know that you was one of them ones, right? And we got a lot to get into, right? Yeah. But first, today you premiered, right? Your new show that you're gonna be trying to do every morning.
Yes.
So everybody, this is it right here.
Walk that, walk that, walk that, walk that.
Hold up. Yeah, so if
that
you
is
ain't
fantastic.
So if you ain't seen that, if y'all ain't seen that, make sure y'all go to We Got Questions and check out the first episode of Walk the Walk with Walshy.
Because we talk the talk, so we always walk the walk. Hold on, let me get this stupid fucking out. But yeah,
and one thing, right, that you was explaining on that, and we're gonna get to the other stuff, but this is what I love with me watching that today and understanding why you're doing that. You talk about you want to do that because of your anxiety that you have. So I want to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Right. Was there ever a moment where your anxiety got so bad that you didn't recognize yourself anymore and that scared you?
Down, you mean like that in regarding all of this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, like I will say at my lowest down there, I always stayed. There was never a day that I left because of anxiety or anything like that. But I will say, like, at my lowest moment down there, I kind of fought through it. And that was probably, I was one of the more like, it was funny. I always explain, like, getting through trial one, like, there was no guidebook, there was no rule book. We kind of just did what we did because we needed like a local place. People were coming out there in 90-degree weather and 40-degree weather. They didn't know where the bathrooms were. They didn't want to clean up after themselves. So like, it was just a group of us that kind of stuck together and, made sure that like stuff got done down there. That I don't know if it's because of my anxiety that's why I'm like constantly want to put myself into something. I don't need to be seen on on the front lines, but I can be doing something in the back that's helping everybody. And that makes me happy. That's something I like to do, not because, it was needed or not because anyone asked or made us do it, or we got paid for it, but just because we wanted to do it. But second trial, I would say there was one day that I almost had a full-blown panic attack, which I'm 39. I can't tell you I've had even maybe one or two, honestly, in my life. So it was really bad. And it was the week after I had got arrested. Maybe it might have even been a couple of days after I got arrested. And they were like, the cops were like walking towards me, but not looking at me, but not looking at me. And I literally went and like hid in a corner and just sat, not from the cops, just because I needed to take like a deep breath. And what pissed me off more is like, that pisses me off. I shouldn't be scared that they're going to walk over to me and fucking arrest me, just for standing there where I'm supposed to be. Does that make sense? Like that would be the time that I really did have anxiety. And that's obviously because of a specific trauma, obviously, No,
that makes perfect sense, and I definitely understand that. Now, what you going through this trial, what's something that you, and we're gonna get to the trial 1 and trial 2 because I got a lot of questions on that. What's something you learned about yourself through the anxiety you had that you never would have discovered otherwise?
I will say, like, I feel like a lot of people that were able to show up, I know, don't look at I have to get my nails done. A lot of people that were able to show up, we were all at different like places in our lives, and there were so many different types of people, so many from different neighborhoods, different economical backgrounds. A lot of people were there for different reasons, not just for Karen, you know what I mean? So, or because they faced something in their past that pissed them off. So they wanted to, they saw Karen was being mistreated. So they wanted to support, like, stuff like that. I will say, like, meeting new people is not easy, especially when you're meeting like full-grown adults that some don't know how to act, and that's okay too. But I always said, if you come down there with a pink shirt on, we're going to expect you're with us, and we behave in a certain manner that we know it reflects all of us. So I would say, I learned I learned a lot of patience. And people might not, I'm not the most patient person, but you should have seen me to say. And I would say, I'm good at organizing and stuff. I think I put like that was a skill that I had, but so I was able to utilize it better in this situation. But I would definitely say it's dealing with grown adults that, are from a different realm or growing up differently, honestly, because a lot of people are just, not all there.
Oh no, definitely understand that, and I love the fact how open you are about just listening to you today on there, and you did, it's called the quote of the day, right? And you're gonna try to do it today, and you did that from one of our own, the beautiful Mary B. Can you talk about like the quotes of the days and what they mean that you're gonna be doing with this walk the walk every morning that you can do it?
Yeah, I'm setting myself up, right? So I wanted to do something that would like positively, and like no matter what, even if it was for 10 minutes or if it's for an hour, in the morning, it was something that not necessarily got me out of bed, but it was something to look forward to, something to, maybe brighten someone's day that maybe they're having a shitty day. I just want it to be something that was like maybe inspirational or maybe, just life related, not necessarily Karen Reed and Turtleboy and Kelsey Fitzsimmons related, but just life related. A lot of us have families. A lot of us are parents. A lot of us have a lot going on in life in general. But this is kind of, I think, everybody's not safe zone, but in a sense, right? We found a couple of us have found some of our people here, right? In this whole thing, whether it's online or whether it's in person. So I think, doing something like that and, having a YouTube show, it's kind of like your own little sanctuary. Like, I don't care if there's 6 people watching. I don't care if there's 60 or 600 people watching. It doesn't matter. You know, it's something I want to do to put good out there. Because so I was doing like little quotes on my thing, and I had seen a comment on Twitter, something about like, oh, you know, what are the quotes for? Like, oh, what is she, you know, something like, I forget what they had said, but it was something like just negative. And I was like, you know what, fuck you. And, and like I said, it'll hold me accountable, which is something I want. And, you know, the saying, like, you can, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Excuse me. You know, the saying, like, it takes 28 days to form a good habit, but only 3 to break it. Yep. I'm on day 3 of not having a cigarette. So that is itself. So I'm that. Yeah. So again, regardless, right, Ray? Like, you have your own show now, so you've seen a lot of the ins and outs of even just the level of dealing with other creators, or dealing with people in the chat, or dealing with crazy people in the chat. So you've seen it, and like, it can really put you out. It really can. Like, I honestly, like, said I was gonna quit like 7 times last week, and I was like, I'll tell you, like, the thing, like, you know, to myself, but like, I just think it's a self-confidence issue. It's a coming into a platform where there are other new creators, or there are other big time, you know, any normal average creator, whatever you want to call it, good guys. I look at all of us as like, we got like the good guys in the divorce. That's how I've always been looking at it. You know, there really isn't a schedule kind of format. So it's like, I always like, it's like, I don't want to step on any toes, you know, stuff like that. So I've just second guessed myself, which again, happens to the best of us. It is what it is. I am my own worst critic. I'm my own worst enemy. You know, there's nothing you can really tell me about myself that I probably haven't already said to myself, you know, at one point or another, you know.
But that's what's so great about you, though, and that's why you're a very likable person, and everybody loves you, because you're open, you're honest, right? And just like you doing the walk, the quote of the day, to make people feel better and get that confidence, that is simply amazing. That's why I knew today this was going to be one of them ones. And I want everybody to listen. Today is not just another interview, right? This is about loyalty, sacrifice, and what it really could stand for, something when it costs you everything. And before we get to all of that, right, because I'm a real personable person, because I see you and I just love everything that you do. And I know that you're a mother. I want to ask you this: how did your life change the very first time you held your daughter in your arms?
Oh, I was. You guys are gonna make me cry. So me and Anthony, we started dating. No. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. They're happy tears. Me and Anthony started dating when we've known each other since we were like 11. He grew up with my cousins. I came over to Charlestown a lot as a kid, and you know, so we've known each other since we were really young. And like AOL days, like I used to talk to him when I was like 15. I talked to him on AOL like the night of my prom, you know. But we started dating, and our friends tried to force us together, and we just didn't do it. And then in 2006, in May, we officially started dating. We both forgot the date, so we agreed. We couldn't remember what day I said it was official, because I had chased him, and then he said no, and then he chased me. Yeah. So, anyways, when I got pregnant, it was I almost passed out. Honestly, it was like a punch, and I was by myself. But it was like a punch to the gut. And I'll tell you right now, a lot of people, and my whole life changed, obviously. You know, but in reality, like going to the doctors and them telling you like, all right, like these are your options. And me and Anthony both looked at each other, and I was like, I'm doing it whether you want to or not, you know? And so the first time I held her, I like ugly cried for like 3 hours. I just couldn't believe that I grew up without a mom. It's, you know, I've talked about it before. Yeah. It's like a known thing. So my dad did great. You know, he did the best he could with what he had, and he did a phenomenal job. I had my aunts, thank God, you know, and I did have my mom's sisters who made sure that I knew at least her side of the family. So I had to like just make sure that I was everything that she wasn't. I held on to a lot of like hate and resentment and guilt. You know, there. she wasn't there for me growing up, you know? So I knew that, and it's funny because the day that I had her, that's exactly what I told myself. Like, I just have to make sure that like she will never not know where I am. You know, obviously, like, you know, having your phone, you know, live, you know, GPS is fantastic. However, like, my daughter will never have to wonder if I'm coming home tonight. My daughter will never have to wonder if I can drop her off, if you know what I mean, if I'm going to pick her up on Sunday with her grandparents or whatever. Like, I never wanted her to ever wonder where I was. And that's one thing I've prided myself on, and just making sure she's not a shitty human being. We are, women are meant, like, we are bred we are meant to reproduce. It's our bodies were built for it. Again, there are those certain circumstances, and not everybody can. I get it. I'm not going to do the whole fucking spiel, okay? And not everybody can do it naturally, and I understand that, and I understand there are all the ways. All the ways. However, yes, women were meant to produce. When you do reproduce, right? Mm-hmm. Your number one job should be to make sure that you do not put another shitty human out into this world. The world does not need any more shitty humans. So that was my goal, to make sure that she had better than everything that I had, which, again, did we spoil her? Yes, absolutely. I like to say, growing up, like, I was spoiled. Anthony was spoiled rotten. We were both like only children. I was my dad's only child. He was his parents' only child. My mom ended up having other kids, so I have siblings that I love and adore, obviously. But like, we were both only children. But Anthony got everything growing up. I didn't, and that's okay. Like, I got great things, and I had great clothes, and I was well taken care of. But it was just different, you know. It's just different, and so we definitely. I always say I spoiled her to an extent. I was spoiled to an extent, but not rotten. You know, make sure.
No, but that's okay though.
Their manners, make sure they say please and thank you, make sure they say excuse me, make sure they say God bless you, make sure they hold the door for somebody. When somebody doesn't hold the door for them, make sure they scream thank you extremely loud with an attitude. Stuff like that, you know?
But no, but you know, people knowing who Erica Walsh is, right? They understand why you was so going hard, and you would do anything to the moon for your daughter. Now, just I you know, and I know them happy chairs, right? And I got a couple of more questions on this, and then I got some more questions because I be watching you all the time, Erica. I may not comment, but I be watching you all the time, and we got questions over here for you. Everybody, make sure y'all go subscribe to Erica, and we got questions, right?
Thank you, guys.
So, I know you speak on that, but can you describe a moment early in her life when you realized she had completely transformed your world?
Yeah, probably. It's weird. So I have not, been growing. So like, we had her at just 20, and I will admit that I had a lot of growing up to do mentally. And one thing that I'm very proud of too is, like, no matter what, me and Anthony stayed together, even if I was a psychopath and even if I did like really fucked up shitty things over the course of the last 20 years. Obviously this is earlier on, you know what I mean? Earlier on, but like, I have like the most perfect man in my life. And I'm so grateful for that, because I wanted to make sure that I always say that I never wanted her to like see us fight, and I would never stay with Anthony just to have two parents in the house if her life was miserable. You know what I mean? If we were always fighting or stuff like that. I never thought that, but we were able to overcome a lot of things. And I had to grow up. I had to grow the fuck up, and I had to grow up quick. And I, for a lot of years, I didn't appreciate what I had in Anthony. He had to mature and grow up too, like we all do, So
let me ask you this real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. And shout out to Anthony. Big much love to Anthony. Real talk. Salute to you. And that's honorable of you to say, right, that you had to fix yourself to make yourself become a better person for you. And like Anthony have too, but we're speaking with you today. I like that the fact that you stated that you had to fix yourself to become a better person for Anthony, so y'all could process and live a long, healthy life. That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, thank you.
amazing. Now,
Yeah,
now
he's
go ahead.
No, that's okay. Please cut me off at any time. I swear.
No, I'm not gonna cut you off. I just when you
I saw
said
Shelby
that,
say something like, "I apologize. I don't know what happened with." We'll talk about it later, Shelby. But my mom came in my life when Kyla was probably about. I waited a couple years because I just wasn't. I just wasn't happy, and I like with her, with my mom. So she didn't meet Kyla till Kyla was probably like 3 or 4. I did that intentionally because my dad did it when I was a kid. He never told me when she was coming to visit. He never told me when she was going to be here because when he did, I'd be sitting by the door all weekend and she'd never show up. So he always, I made my dad. This is my dad. He always made sure that he didn't, mentally fuck, at least as possible. However, I did become more closer with my mom when Kyla was, so you're talking probably about 17 years ago. My mom moved back to Massachusetts. She had left and moved to North. It's a long story. It's a stupid story, but she had dealt with some shit that I live in Charlestown in Boston, which is known for drugs and all that fun great stuff, and she got wrapped up in a lot of bullshit, so she had to leave. She had my sister before she left, not my dad's child, and she took her to North Carolina. Had my brother Jonathan on my birthday, which is even funnier, and then married Randy, which I laugh because it's my stepfather. Married Randy, and they got married and had my 2 younger brothers, Joshua and Jacob. And Joshua is the day before me on my birthday, and then Jacob is the 17th. So it's just funny, like there's like a couple.
Right
yeah. Unfortunately, though, her and her husband ended up getting into drugs. They were doing some fucked up shit down there. So she was in and out of prison my whole life. She was in and out of jail my whole life. She's done some time, like she's done some state time. I don't think she did Fed time, but they got her out of the state, unfortunately. But yeah, so I didn't. They were ended up being put into foster care, and by the grace of God, they ended up being adopted by one family. So they were all raised together, which is really cool. So I was somewhat had contact with them. Like I said, AOL was kind of big back then, and email and stuff like that. But other than that, I didn't get to grow up with them, which kind of sucked, But I always laugh, like I didn't like that, and I always thought I would have gave Kyla siblings. But it was like as the years went on, it just was like, are we gonna start over? Like, do we really want to start over? And I always joke she was perfect, so we didn't want to try to. But
look, and I know I'm gonna make you cry some more, but I know them cry. They're gonna be happy tears too. But this is the last question I want to ask you before I speak on your daughter again, because like I say, I pay attention to you, right? Now, looking back, what do you think was the biggest lesson your daughter taught you from the very beginning?
Unconditional love. I think that's I don't think even though I know my dad loves me, but he's not and even as an adult, even as a kid, I hate crying. I hate it. It does the shit to my eyes. And then I just look like a lunatic, and I hate it. But I don't even know the whole lore of all the Pisces and all the astrology stuff, as much as I love the sky too, which is funny. But I'm a Pisces, and I guess we get emotional. So it was unconditional love. Like I said, I know my family loves me, but they'll never love me the way my daughter loves me.
And I agree with that, because look, I thought I would never, because my mother was the only one in my life, right? Mm-hmm. So I never thought I would love.
Yep.
I never thought I could love someone more than, like her, because, I love God first.
Right.
But until I had my kids.
Right.
And it's just different.
It is. It's so different. And I think I really do feel, though, when you're a parent too, there's never a right time to have kids. There's never a right age to have kids. You just got to do it sometimes. And I feel even right now, right? I have girls I graduated high school with that are just like having children right now, you know, which is fantastic. That's amazing. You know, my daughter's off in college and I have 2 dogs that I consider my children, you know, like, but I will say, like I said, there's never a right time to have them, but I feel like there are different, there is a reason why they say, find somebody, you know, find somebody, settle down. Those reasons are for a reason. That, you know, I get it. It's traditional. It's the trad, whatever the fuck it's called. But you have to have somebody you trust and that's reliable. You have to have somebody that's going to have your fucking back no matter what. That's the only way you're going to be able to raise a kid together, you know? So it's one of those things where that's obviously you don't have to get married. That's understandable, but you have to find somebody that you're willing to spend the next 18 years with. You shouldn't be laying down and, you know, it's a fact of life. I'm sorry, you know? But yeah, I never thought I would love somebody as much as I love my kid. And honestly, it makes me like even more like dangerous though, because then
I know, right?
Yeah,
and look, like I said, I've been watching you, Erica, right? Mm-hmm. And I like, as much as I know that you love your daughter, right? I mean, and I know this is gonna be happy for you, but I know it's tough. But because I know you spoke about your daughter, you said, and I want to ask you this: how has being a mother shaped the way you feel watching your daughter take that next big step? And I think I told you she was moving to Ireland to go to school.
Yes. Well, she's in Connecticut. She goes to school in Connecticut. It's about 2.5 hours from here, from Boston rather. So that's a big step, obviously, because it's just us in the house now that my father-in-law's dead. There's like a fucking eerie, like quietness in the house that like I can't explain. Neither of us can explain. The poor fucking cat's having a meltdown. We're doing our best. It's like, oh God, like we're doing our best, you know? And then that came through and Kyla called me and she said, guess what? Like, I just got the application. So they had already told her about it and they told her to apply. And then they kind of like fast tracked it. And she was like, yeah, like, I think I'm definitely all set. So I'll tell you right now, as fucking horrified as I am, as scared as I am, as all the things, I never had this opportunity and I would never, ever, ever take that away from her or not do my absolute fucking best to make sure it happens, you know? So my thing with your question, to answer your question, it's like being proud enough to like know that like she's so much better than me in every way, shape, or form. And I could not be more proud of that. Like I love that she's going on and she's living her life and you know, doing things that she's taking us on adventures now at this point, you know what I mean? So her moving on and like, doing these things and going across the country, even I'm telling you right now, I didn't think I was going to survive her not living here. I didn't think I was going to survive it. I really didn't. Like she's been by my side for almost 19 years now. And it's like that. I'm like, even like her senior year, I was going through the Karen Reed stuff. So it was a good distraction, I will say, in a sense where like I was trying not to argue with her. I was trying not to fight with her. I was trying to just remain calm through the whole thing because she was so fucking stressed out about college. She was so stressed out about leaving. And I knew it was because she been with us all these years. You know, it's just been us. And then the last 14 years, it's just been the 4 of us, you know? So I knew she was going to have a hard time with it. But I genuinely thought it was going to be a lot worse. So I'm so proud of her. And again, I don't know how she does it. I really don't. But my girl, you know, she joined a sorority. She made some friends. You know, it's cool. Like I want her to go do things that I never got to do. And no matter what it takes, you know, no matter what it takes.
And my condolences about your stepfather.
Thank you.
My condolences.
Father-in-law, sorry.
Your father-in-law. I'm sorry. Your father-in-law.
He lost his mom 13 years ago. It was 2013, I think. And I never, I can't believe he survived the last 12 without her. I really can't. Like, I can't believe he survived this long. I will tell you, like, we've had some good news in our life recently, and like some things have gone to plan. And, you know, like as far as like moving on to the next step of like living our dreams, which is another big thing. It's like, now that Kyle is out of the house, like I can focus on things that make me happy too, which not that that was ever a thing. You know, coaching softball for fucking how many years made me happy.
Yeah.
Running the Charlestown Youth Basketball League, that made me happy. I ran it for like 2 years after she fucking stopped playing too. Like, you know, like stuff like that, like community-based stuff I used to love doing with her, you know, but like watching her go off and bloom and blossom, like she came home not different, but more mature, you know, and she's already a little bit more mature because she didn't have to deal with us, obviously, but yeah, it's been a wild ride, and I recommend anybody, you know, that's maybe struggling right now or having a hard time with your kids, like just talk to them. My biggest thing was communication. I made sure that she never thought, you know, knew she was alone, you know, made sure that she always had, I know she doesn't tell me everything, obviously, you know what I mean? She's 19, you know, almost 19, you know, and I know that, you know, that ship has sailed, but I will say, you know, my biggest thing was that she never be afraid to call me no matter how bad she fucked up.
Absolutely.
Right? Just no matter how, yeah.
And like I say, it's very understandable, right?
Yes.
It's very understandable, and I definitely feel and understand that. And this is the last question on your daughter going to Ireland, and then we'll get, you know, to everything else. What part of your journey as a mom makes you feel most proud when you see her pursuing her dreams abroad?
So she originally, when she was going to school, one of the biggest things was what she was going to do. She was like, I don't know, and I want to do this, but I don't know if they have this, and I like this school, and she was like kind of freaking out about it. And I was like, Kyla, that's like literally what the freshman and sophomore year is for. You can go, you just take regular classes, get some credits under your belt, and you can figure it out from there. She ended up going for, it was going to be like psychology and business. She changed her mind like not even halfway through her first semester. And she decided she wants to do law. So I wanted her to do law. I thought it would be a great opportunity because she's in like a really great school that is for law. They have a great law program and they have a great nursing program and like a fucking fantastic hockey team, women's and men's. But when she told me that, I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. Like I didn't want to push her into it. I thought she would be great at it. I knew she'd be great at it. She'll be great at anything she does, you know? However, I didn't want to push her into it. So the fact that she went, took a couple classes, she goes, yeah, I just took like an American legal studies class. I really like it, so I'm going to stay on. I talked to my advisor today. And I was like, my girl, you know? So that makes me proud. She went, she took a couple classes. She didn't bitch about it or whine about it. And she made sure that, you know, she figured out what she wanted to do, which I'm super proud. Again, she might change her mind 15 more times. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it would be, you know, my father-in-law had said literally like the week before he died, he's like, when Kyla's a lawyer, nobody's going to fuck with us. Yeah, it was so funny. I don't know, Shelby asked, did that Karen Reed trial have anything to do with that, Erica? I don't know. One would hope that her watching me stand up for what I believed in, you know, swayed her a little bit. However, you know, I don't know. I'm just her mom. You know what I mean? That's, you know, she's proud of me. She's told me she's proud of me, which again, I don't need to hear it. You know, she's a good kid and she treats me properly. You know, we get into fights, but you know, it's like her attitude.
Normal stuff.
I can't be mad at her. She has my attitude. It's like fighting with myself, you know?
Now, yeah, I just wanted to get that out the way because, like I say, when I talk to a person, I like to get personable with them, and for not only me, but for the audience to know more, you know, about them. Now, Erica, first off, I appreciate you coming on a lot because a lot of people talk, but not a lot of people actually do what you did. So you know my famous quote, right, Erica? Let's
Yes.
take this walk.
The best.
So I want to talk about boots on the ground. That became legendary, right? Legendary, right? And let me show. I just want to put this picture up right here. Let's talk about boots on the ground. Let's talk about boots on the ground.
Yeah.
But that became legendary now. Erica, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What made you show up every single day when most people wouldn't?
I know. So here's the thing. So I followed Aiden. I followed Turtleboy prior to this. Since like 2000 and maybe 18, 17, maybe ish. So I followed him anyway. So the story dropped and I remember commenting on it on Facebook and sharing it. And then I, went about my life and told a couple of friends about it. And in July, he was doing the rolling rally. And I had an expired inspection sticker. And my husband was like, "You're not getting on the fucking highway with that truck. Like, you better go get it fixed if you think you're going to drive to Canton." And I was like, "Yeah, good, fucking smart." So I went and got the inspection sticker. And I was really nervous about it. I really was. But I went and I showed up. And I'm telling you, it's just a fucking different feeling. Not only that, when I was shocked because I went to that, and then the next thing was court. Karen had court that week, which is, so you're talking like the third week in July of 2023. And I couldn't make it. I had to work. When Aiden, Turtleboy was saying like, we're going to be there. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, what's the, what are they going to do? Like, what are they even going to say, And then you see the crowd, and then the next big one was September 15th, and I went to that one with a friend. And like I said, it's just a feeling of like, it's hard to explain because I didn't continue to show up. I was naturally there for the cause. The people that I got to know and got to have a relationship with and be friends with and do things with during the day, that was an added bonus. Obviously, we weren't there to to tailgate. We weren't there to cook out. We weren't there to play cornhole. None of that ever happened. Obviously, literally, people started Venmoing me and were like, "Erica, here, I saw." So me and Chrissy went to the store one day. We bought a bunch of waters, bought a bunch of Gatorade, bought a bunch of shit, put it in my truck. And I was like, "All right, Chrissy, I'm going to be here tomorrow. Are you going to be here? I can't make it. All right, I'll see you the following day." So that's kind of how it all started. But I didn't, obviously I wasn't there every single day, but I would show up on days that I could, I would work. I would kind of just work like Friday through Monday, do doubles all weekend if I had to, or I would leave at, 3:30 and get to work, work the night shift. So I rotated it, as much as I could. But my point was, there were days I was out there and there were over 100 people, over 200 people. There were days I was out there and there was fucking 5 of us. You know what I mean? Like, it pouring rain, freezing cold, like sitting, we all sat in my truck, like people piled on and like sat on laps, and we listened to it on the radio. And then when Karen came out, we just made sure she, we made sure she knew we were there, supporting her. And then we went home. And again, like, it's not an easy ride for me. It sucks, actually, as a matter of fact, especially depending on what time the hearing is, 9 a.m. or, or 2 p.m. But also that, boots on the ground, like to get there super early, to set up, and not necessarily set up, but just to make sure we get the people coming and going. So there was we had almost like an illegitimate system. Like, there were people that showed up in the early morning and then left and went to work and came back sometimes. There were people that showed up that, stayed for a couple of hours and then left and went to work. There are people that came midday to hold, and it was literally to hold signs for awareness. And then my biggest thing was literally awareness. Like, a lot of people, when I tell you, did not even know what the fuck was going on. Like, a lot of people did not know what this case was about. A lot of people didn't care, So I just wanted people to see that, oh shit, like, they're willing to stand out every day, or they're willing to get a group together to show how pissed off they are, or wow, like, maybe we should really look at that. Was literally, like, it sounds so basic and generic, but that was literally my goal. And then you had the people start chiming in on online, because Tom had his live or whatever. And yeah, there were some negative comments at first. Again, we kind of just rolled with the punches and did what we did because, we wanted to. And so when the comments started coming in, and then there was so many positive comments, and then people were like, Erica, like, can I Venmo you guys $20 to buy a pizza? Oh, okay. And then that's kind of like how it started. And people just, every time somebody Venmo'd me, like there was days I had like 700, like we were spending so much money in food, but every time I got money, it went right out that day to anyone that was there. You know what I mean? Pizza, salad, I got calzones, fruit, shit like that. Cause we literally were sitting there for 8 hours a day. And again, thankfully the second trial, I didn't have to do all that. I didn't do all that, but I would do it again in a heartbeat for the same result. Like it was worth it. It was worth, just the camaraderie, but on top of like being out there and making a point. And again, the people online helped too, because they not only just donations, but the support, like their support always mattered. Anybody that couldn't be there always fucking mattered. I said that from the beginning. When people started talking about boots on the ground and, content creators and who's better and this, that, who gives a fuck? We should all be here for the same reason. We should all be pissed off at what's happening to Karen, and that's it. Like, now we should be pissed off at what's happening to Aiden. What happened to him should have never fucking happened to him, right? So, again, it's like, that's a hard part, too, because, again, I don't think everyone is there for the genuine reasons, obviously. But that's okay, too. But I do think a lot of people that were there were at maybe certain points in their lives where they were maybe trying to figure things out, too. And that's okay, too, But yeah, it's just it's still a very surreal thing talking about it. Like I can't believe I did what I did. I can't believe it, honestly. And I will say throughout the whole thing, Anthony was so amazing and so great. And
Shout out to Anthony.
Yeah, like I came home and like I'd put dinner together, or he would take care of it for me, or like I'll never forget. There was one night and I dozed off on the couch, and he's like, like you're going to court, like it's a lot on you. You need to. And he was right. Like he didn't put me in my place, but we communicated about it. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm doing too much. I need to take it back, a step. I called somebody. I was like, I'm going to take the day off. Like, again, I wasn't there every day, but 3 days in a row in 90-degree fucking heat, standing on the sidewalk in Dedham, it fucking takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you. Mentally, physically, emotionally. It's a lot.
No, I definitely understand that. And what I know is, and something a lot of people don't talk about, like you and other people, y'all stayed after helping clean up. Why was that important to you?
Well, because I didn't, first of all, the church that was there was the most like unkind, like unwelcoming church I've ever experienced in my life. And not only that, like, I just wanted, I'm always like that, to be real with you. Like when I go somewhere, if we sit down, like we're going to leave it how we left it. Like, and usually if I have to clean up prior, that's probably my fault too. But I just didn't want anyone to complain about us. I didn't want anyone to have a say. I did, like, not a say, but like I didn't want them to be going to like the police and being like, oh, look at their disaster, like they're leaving cigarette butts everywhere, or just stuff like that. It was just unnecessary. So some people, friends, that kind of helped out, made signs, we hung signs, we put trash bags out. And then, we had somebody that could come and grab some of them some days I just took them home and put them in my dump, stuff like that. So but it was just important. I just didn't want us to be seen like dirtballs, That's gross.
No, that's amazing. And so I just got turned.
How you find it?
Yeah, I just got turned up on Cash App. They say turn up for Erica. So let me turn you up real quick before we get back to it. Appreciate that personnel. I want to get into give me 1 second. I want to get into this right here. Let me make sure I put up the right one. Yeah, that's it. I want to get into the arrest and you standing for justice. I want you to take me back to that moment when you were arrested. What was going through your mind right then? I
was like, this prick is fucking serious right now. I was so fucking mad. I will say, my lawyer being right next to me, allowed me to maintain my composure to an extent. He like nudged me off my feet and made it look like I was pulling away so he could yoke me up. Like I still have, it's tiny and I'm not like making, but I still have a scar on my wrist because of the way he clamped down the fucking cuffs. Like I was like bleeding going into the back of the fucking truck. Like, and then I said I had a knee replacement. Like I can't like I can't ride a bike, for instance. I can, but I can't ride a bike. Like my knee doesn't bend because I had a knee replacement. So it only goes like 90 degrees. So I couldn't, when I got in, the box was fine. Like it was, but I couldn't like move my feet and they fucking like slammed the door shut on me. I was just annoyed. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They knew what they were doing was just being fucking assholes, even though it was a nice, quiet, peaceful day. There's video recording, like tons of videos of it. You know what I mean? So you can tell like we weren't some unruly, disrespectful crowd, you know? Yeah, I was pissed. So they told me, I would say 3 weeks prior to this, that I couldn't wear that hoodie. And I said, why? And they couldn't give me a reason. And I said, it's 4 fucking words. Like, what are you talking about? It's 4 words. It has nothing to do with you. Like, you know, like Bev wrote this bullshit buffer zone order and kept it so vague that these fucking Nazis decided to take it and make it whatever they wanted. You know what I mean? So like, it was just they got to call the shots. Fuck you. Like, why do you get to call the shot? My shirt could have said the most foul, disgusting thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's literally like why we have fucking rights and amendments. Like, what are you talking about? So like a couple of weeks prior when they said that to me, I go, good. I'm going to wear it every single fucking day now. And then Anthony, one day when I came, I think it was the day, I don't know if it was the day I came home, maybe from my hearing, like my first arraignment. And he had made me a shirt that said, like MSP, biggest gang in town for the hot days. They put that in my police report. I'm like, oh, you guys are so fucking gay. Oh, they're Jesus. They really are. Like they read, so I don't know if you know, so they arrested me, right? They arrested me for the hoodie. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now you said something earlier about my daughter. And the first time they really stopped me, 3 of them came up on me and like, I went to take a step and they like cinched in. And I literally put my hands by my side and like, I had my hand in like a fist and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, Erica, come on. Like, you know, the fucking, like, you're going to end up arrested. I go, arrested for a hoodie? Are you fucking kidding me? And I kept my voice down. I didn't get hype. I didn't want to give them the satisfaction. And he's like, yeah, we're going to end up arresting you. I go, oh, really? And I looked at his body camera. He goes, yeah, it's on. I go, good. It better be. And I was like, you guys are so fucking lucky. It's my daughter's prom tonight. And I have somewhere to fucking be. Because I literally, the way they cinched in on me, that is so like, if anybody else did that, I would have swung. Like, you know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of my personal space. Like, what are you doing? It was weird. It was awkward. Like, you have no right. I'm walking back from the bathroom and I literally was leaving for the day. So they were like, get the fuck out of here. Go home. I was like, okay, relax, right? So fast forward the next week I'm leaving with Dylan. So where you see me standing right here, if you were to walk to the right, there's a corner with a big like intersection and street, and across the street my car was parked, so I'm not even a block away, right? Me and Dylan are walking to the car. I hear, Erica, stop. And I turn around and I was like, I'm fucking leaving for the day. What do you want? And I kept walking and I hear him running up behind me. And I don't think he's here. Yeah, it's the one right there that's looking at me with his back to the silver car. Yeah. He's a little fucking, he's up to my titties. Like, get the fuck out of here, will you? I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, what are you doing? You know you're going to get in trouble. I was like, get in trouble for what? I'm fucking walking to my car and I'm leaving for the day. I'm not protesting. I'm not standing here. I'm not congregating. There's no group of us. I'm literally leaving for the day. And you just ran up behind me to stop me, to tell me my hoodie is offensive to you. Fuck off. Oh, so we stood there, and that moment was recorded by, Vinnie Politan from Court TV or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that I look up and there's a gentleman sitting on the bench watching the whole interaction, and I go, I need you to send me that. Well, sure as shit, he was fucking Vinnie Politan's cameraman. Okay. So Vinny took the footage and told Nick Rocco that asked if I would do an interview, and I said to Nick, I go, honestly, like, I got a lot of shit going on. I'm not in the mood tonight. And he goes, all right, well, Vinny said he's airing it. Yes, you know, either way. I was like, well, tell Vinny he's a fucking fence-sitting asshole, and I don't care. Like, he can go air it if he wants, whatever, right? So he ended up airing it. I never did an interview, which I'm glad, because I don't like him anyways. I'm glad I stuck to my guns on that one. So that was the day that was the day that Court TV recorded that. And then this happened the following week. So they literally grabbed me 3 times, like within 3 weeks, within a month of each other, over a fucking hoodie. Now, I got arrested this day, okay? You know, when they now, if you watch the video, you can hear my lawyer say, she's got nothing to say, right? Because I just looked at him. I like went like this, and I was like, like I didn't want to laugh right in their face, so I'm trying to be like somewhat fucking respectful. And I'm like, and Rendaz is like, she's got nothing to say to you. So that's when he yoked me up, and Rendaz was like, wait a minute. I think it was like something was written in the thing that said like they have to be in front of a lawyer within like an hour or two, right? Well, these pricks, you're not from here, so I understand that. But if these pricks drove me from fucking Dedham to Central Mass, which is fucking Framingham, their barracks, just to fucking put me through their system, fingerprint me, all that bullshit. They put me in a fucking cell, and then Dina picked me up like 3 hours later. But my point being is I had to wait for the bail bondsman who had to come from Christ only. There she is. Who had to come from Christ only fucking knows where. And he didn't get there till like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And of course, like I said, they could have just like put me in the courthouse and put me in front of Bev like they were supposed to. I love that. I love that fucking picture. So you know what I mean? So like they did me dirty. They absolutely did me fucking dirty. They didn't take the hoodie off. They stuffed me in that little box and blew 90-degree air on me the entire fucking time.
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
In that moment, right? All of this, because you know they was on some other shit. Were you scared, or were you more locked in than ever?
My biggest fear, and I had said this from the beginning, was being alone with them. And I don't trust them. Cameras can get shut off. They can shut off power, beat the fuck out of you, and say that I attacked them. I always said I never wanted to be alone with these pricks behind a brick wall, and that's exactly what fucking happened to me. And it wasn't the best feeling. It wasn't. When I was in the back of the truck at the beginning, I said a couple of choice words, and I was irritated because he was blowing 90-fucking-degree air on me, and he kept saying, "We'll be there in 7 minutes," and I was like, "I can see your fucking GPS. Why are you lying? Why are you lying to me? Like, I can't wait to see the fucking video. It's getting like, I can't fucking wait. I can't wait." But they wrote in the bullshit report that I was like, kind of like up and down. And I was like, yeah, I was fucking pissed you were blowing hot air on me, and I asked you to turn it off, and you wouldn't. When you delivered me to Framingham, I literally got out of I almost passed out in the fucking box. They put me in a legit sweat box. That's like what they did to me. And I'm like, you guys are so fucking stupid. Like, and then when I was leaving, I had said to him, I go, can I use the bathroom? I think there was like a bathroom in the hallway. And he's like, oh, hold on 1 second. Oh, no, sorry. You can use the one in the cell. I said, the one with the camera facing it that I've been sitting in for 2.5 hours, 3 hours? No, thank you. I didn't go pee. You think I'm going to give them a video of me? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I curled up in a ball with the back to the corner, and I waited for them. That was it.
So let me ask you this. Did it shake you at all, or did it make you stronger?
It made me stronger 100%, but it made me stronger in a sense where, like, I'll tell you right now, Ray, and like this goes for I don't care. Like, I will catch another fucking charge. If I was ever on the highway and I was getting pulled over by a lone police officer, I'm not stopping. They can meet me at the next barrack. They can meet me at the next, rest stop or whatever, or they can meet me out front where my husband is. They will never get me alone again. It's not like nothing happened, but I just the intimidation they do to you when you're behind walls and it's just you and them is just fucking weird, because they didn't behave like that when they were out on the street with us, and we were cool with all of them. Nunziato, the one standing right in front of Minion Mike with the pink shirt on, he was cool with us all the fucking time. He actually ratted on me to another one of them when I told him his pants were too short and he needed to fire his tailor. And the fucking state, he come up to me, he's like, yeah. He goes, "Were you making fun of my uniform?" I go, "Yeah, you look like you're prepping for a flood. What's wrong with you?" He's like 6'5". I was like, "Dude, fucking little guy can fit in those things." He was so mad. It was funny though. But again, so again, you know I'm not a piece of shit. So why are you treating me like that? You know? So long story long though, after this arrest, right? The next day, I obviously had to go to arraignment, right?
Yeah.
They call me. Oh, you gotta wait. They, you know, a bunch of people showed up. It was fucking awesome how many people showed up. It was amazing. But they go to arraignment and they're like, "Oh no, prosecutor's not here yet." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, they hired a special prosecutor to prosecute you." And I was like, "What? For what the fuck?" Like, so I literally just had to keep my mouth shut. You know, my lawyer did all the talking, whatever. We left. It was in and out, but we had to wait like till the third call because the fucking prosecutor was taking forever. Then that all happens, and I want to say either that day or the day after. I have two lawyers, John, I think it's Matus, he goes by Matus, and then Mark Randazza, and then Jonathan Woolman too. Actually, he's a nice guy. The next day, they had filed motions to have everything dismissed or whatever, and that was Judge Pomeroy, and he was cool for that. I thought that was dope. Like he took care of me on that one, you know. But the fucking best part is, so the following week after my arrest, so I got arrested on like, I could be off a week, but I want to say it was like the 19th or something. And the following week, I get a letter about my dismissal, how they dismissed it for me, which was fantastic. Actually, someone posted it to Twitter before I even saw it, and I was actually Meredith. Actually, yeah, I texted her and I was like, "Hey, did you like?" No, I think, I don't know if I saw it or she texted me, and I was like, "Oh, where did you get that?" And she's like, "Oh, like I posted it on Twitter," and I was like, "Oh, cool." Like, I didn't know, because like my lawyer hadn't posted anything yet either, so I didn't know if it was like public knowledge yet. But she found it like I think on a court page, not like publicly. You know, it was just odd. Anyways, I didn't make a big stink about it. It was what it was. She was excited for me. I was grateful for that. Yada yada yada. So literally, I get the dismissal. The next fucking day, they try to charge me. I get a what's it called? Oh my god.
Obstruction?
No, what is it? It's a hearing. It's not sorry, I'm such an asshole. Pomeroy dismissed everything, right? And literally the next fucking day in the mail, I got my jury duty notice, and I got a summons for, oh my god, what is the person's name that's like under the judge?
Mo. Mo is.
It's a no.
A notice.
No, I got a summons to appear for it was a hearing in front of a magistrate. It was a hearing in front of Judge Pomeroy's magistrate, right? Who we see all the time. Actually, she's really nice to us. So I didn't know she was even a fucking magistrate. So I get a letter in the mail that says I'm now being charged for the incident, the court TV incident. They fucking dismissed my charges and then tried to charge me again for something that happened a week before my arrest.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Make fucking sense. So I had to go to that hearing, which was the day of Aaron Reed's fucking not guilty verdict. It was June 18th. The magistrate wanted to see me. Mark Randazza, John Mateus, they showed up. We went up in there. I didn't really have to say anything. The stupid fucking statey read the report, and he said, and she called Officer Hardman a piece of shit. I was like, whatever. And they read that, and she's like, okay. I thought I was gonna get a decision that day because it's so fucking stupid. And she's like, okay, you'll have a decision within a week or so. So So I got to sit around for a week hoping you don't fucking charge me, like hoping you don't take charges out on my ass because I walked down a fucking sidewalk with a hoodie on. Crazy, right? Crazy. So anyways, go outside. You know, we deal with the Karen Reed verdict. It's a great day. Yada, yada, yada. A week later, I got the dismissal and she dismissed the whole thing. Thank God. Yeah.
Oh my God. Now and this is gonna be the last question on that, because then I want to get to Turtleboy and some more stuff, right? Because you said you were so grateful that a lot of people showed up.
Yeah.
What message do you think, you know, you being arrested out there sent to the people not only there but everybody watching around the world?
What did you say?
Up,
what is it?
I said, what message do you think, like, you getting arrested out there for standing up for your First Amendment, you know, sent to the people out there and watching around the world?
Yeah, I see, like, and here's the thing, like, I've said it from the beginning with this whole movement, like growing up, like you respect authority, you know, firefight police officers, like you respected authority. You know, we as teenagers, we fucking couldn't stand them because they came and they took our beer and shit like that, you know, whatever. So coming into this and knowing what I know from, you know, from Aiden, from, you know, from his reporting and all that. And it's like, you know, wow, I can't believe people actually fucking behave this way. You know what I mean? I can't believe that the biggest gangsters in the fucking United States have a badge and a gun. And they're the biggest fucking gang. And that's the scary part. Now, again, do I believe all cops are bad? No. But if there are 6 cops there and 5 of them are jumping a guy and one's just fucking standing there watching, hi, you know, there's a fucking internal problem, you know? So it's like one of those things where, like, I wanted, you know, I wanted to show up and show people that we care about what happens here. Like, I'm not a huge political person. I'm not into like, politics. I'm not into like government shit like that. I used to work for like, you know, like the city and local nonprofits, like stuff like that. But other than that, like, I'm not huge into it, but it's a fucking gang. And even in my own town, even in Boston, the police right now, the mayor has like a hit list of like 8 people that like she can't stand because they protested outside of her house, and they get arrested all the time, like when they shouldn't. Like, it's bad. So it's not just Norfolk County, but this was something I jumped in on that I wanted to make sure that, you know, people were aware about, they knew about it. And again, and I think I did my job, and it was great meeting people in the process. I've always said from the beginning, I never gave a fuck if I ever met Karen Reed, spoke to her, you know, talked to her. That was never it. That was never it for me. It was just the cause in general. And then obviously when they tacked on shit to Aiden, I was like, I can't just stand by and not do anything. You know, that's crazy. But I want to work.
Absolutely.
That's why we're out there. We're not just out there because, you know, what does it say? Regardless of what. That was actually, want to hear something cool? So that was her. It was like 2 days after her birthday. My birthday's February 22nd and hers is the 26th. And we went like a couple of days after our birthdays. So we had like cake and stuff with her. We got to sing happy birthday to her and stuff like that. And it was just really cool. Like, you know, her parents were there. It was like really quiet, really low key. Dina had been asked, and then she had called me about it, and she's like, would you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, we'll see. And then Karen texted Dina and was like, hey, I don't know if you've decided on anybody, but like, do you like Erica? Like, what about her? And Dina was like, I already asked her, like, she's gonna come. And so Karen was like, all right, cool, you know. So I got her like a little gift. She actually really liked the way she reacted. It seemed like she really liked it. I saw a different level of her even during the trial, right? Again, I never had to. It didn't matter if I ever met the woman or not. What was being done to her is a travesty. It still is, you know? So that doesn't matter. You know, that doesn't matter if she's good, bad, indifferent at this point. What the state of Massachusetts did to that woman is horrible. And we all know that. We can all admit that, right?
Absolutely.
However she behaved, you know, during or afterwards, I'm not here to make that point. That's neither here nor there. Yep. There's things I agree with, there's things I disagree with, just like everything else in this fucking world, you know? But yeah, no, it was, I was proud to do what I did. I would definitely do it again. You know, hindsight's 2020, and, you know, Monday morning quarterback, and it's never going to get you anywhere. So I can't, like, look, you know, oh, we should have did this, we should have did that. It's like, it is what it is, you know?
No, absolutely. Now, oh
Hey,
my, the gold.
that shirt actually, that shirt is like fucking huge on me because it's like a 2 or 3X. He showed up, listen to this. He shows up one day and he calls me. He's like, hey, I'm by my truck. Can you come help me? I'm like, where's the truck? And he's like, I'm in the back lot. I'm like, okay. So I walk over. He has like 2 big boxes. One's like all fell over. So I pick everything up. I put it in one box. I'm like, what is this? He's like, it's a bunch of shit I had at my house. And it was all like Turtleboy stuff, like old school Turtleboy stuff. Like he did a like a golf tournament once, and it's like, it says like Turtle Rider Cup or whatever. I stole one of those, and he had like a little cute hoodie that was with his old logo. So it was just a couple of things, but it was all mixed sizes, all mixed colors. There wasn't enough for everybody, but there was a lot. So I brought it back to my truck, and I said, here you go, people, like have at it. I'm not doing this because I'm not going to get blamed for giving somebody something, But long story long, that is an old school T-shirt, and it's funny because when I wear it, he says it every time. He's like, "Oh, that's one of the old school ones." So I was happy to get my hands on it.
Now, you said how long you and the GOAT been friends? So
oddly enough, I met Aiden for like the first time in person. I think it was July 2023. So July, I want to say I honestly think it might have been the 23rd. I could be wrong, but it was July 2023. It was the day of the Roland Rally. So after the Roland Rally, the end of the Roland Rally, we went to the Canton Police Station, right? And there's a video, which it's actually Tom CPU is in it. Now, that's the first Halloween party. My shirt that night, I didn't have a costume, and I was kind of like running around last minute, but I was decorating the hall all fucking day. So I was sweating my ass off. So I went in the bathroom and I put on Space Buns, and I come back out. I did my hair at Space Buns, and I come back out, and Anthony brought a T-shirt for me that said Lizzie P trying to get me fired. So I wore that.
So you said it was 2023? Yeah,
so this is Halloween 2023, this picture right here. And then I met him in July of 2023. So the day of the Rolling Rally, afterwards, we were across the street, and we noticed, Tom's like, look at that. And I'm talking to Aiden. A woman come over, had her book signed. Me and him were just shooting the shit. And he's like, oh, I know you. I recognize your name or whatever. And I was like, no, like, I'm proud of you. This is fantastic. Like, I told him how, like, Elizabeth Proctor called my job. I was like, he's like, it's fucking crazy. And so he, because that happened early on too. Like, she was doing it to a lot of people, So he was like, I look up, and Tom CPU goes, look. And we looked in their windows, and they had fucking cameras, like cell phones on the windowsill, like facing out, recording all of us, because we all parked kind of on that street right there. And I was like, oh my God. And I said, and I quote, because Aiden put it in his fucking article and put it on one of I said, I'm from fucking Charlestown, and I've seen better shades in the projects, because they you know what? I don't even have to explain it. You know what?
No, I just know how to go talking shit.
So he said that night we were watching live, and my husband started laughing because he heard my voice, and he looks up, and you can hear Aiden goes, this lady was really funny. Listen to what she says. And I'm like, oh God. So I messaged him, and I was like, thank you so much for not making fun of my accent. Like, I really appreciate it. He was like, I would never. And then, like, I want to say about a month later, I had decided to sell these. And then I made them, like, I got them made. They're the free Turtleboy bracelets. Journalism isn't a crime. And what I did was when I ordered them, I got like 100, and then I got 100 for free. So I ended up, that was like, say for instance, that was my donation, right? I paid for them outright. And then what I did is I made these little like cards with, these little pieces of paper with like his QR code on it. So like, Venmo him or whatever, Cash App him. And it just said like free Turtleboy, and I mailed them out. And what I did was I had them pay him directly. So I never touched any money. Went to like his Cash App, and they just had to prove of purchase or whatever. But I mailed out like fucking hundreds of these fucking little bracelets. And then, I sold some at court, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But and then the Halloween party came, and we talked there. And so the day after the Halloween party, now I am friends with Lauren Murray. Lauren Murray and myself, we met for the first time in person in July, but we have talked way before Karen Reed because of shit that she's gone through on Twitter with like the bullies and the trolls and shit like that, right? So I've always like defended her. I've always, Lauren Murray has a soft spot in my heart. Like, no one's ever gonna fucking be able to talk about her in front of me.
Shout out to Lauren Murray.
Yeah, she's just one of those people. Like, she's off limits. Like, you know what I mean? She's just off. So, like, yeah. So I met her or whatever. So that was like the first day I met these people like in person for the first time, and so after the Halloween party, I don't know if you know the lore of all that. That's when Lindsay was a part of all this, and she showed up, and I remember being like, "Hi," and like walking. And then have you encountered Twisted Tragedies yet?
Yeah, I seen Miss Potato Head. I seen her.
So she shows up, right, with her boyfriend and this girl who was like, her skirt, like, literally, I could fucking see her pussy lips, all right? Like, let's be real. And so she's just dancing, having a good time, vibing. I don't know what the fuck she was on, but she wasn't really bothering it. You know what I mean? She was just like kind of in the corner dancing, vibing along. And then Elise comes over I was doing the raffles. She comes over to the fucking raffle table with her fucking camera and like, is like, I think she said like, "Hi, Erica." And I was like, "Hi." How many tickets can I get you? And she's like, "I don't know. I don't need many." And then I hear, "Well, yeah, guys, if you want to cash at me or if you want to like Venmo me, you can do that. And so I can buy drinks for me and my husband." And I was like,
"Oh my."
No, the fuck, she just did not. And like, you're here. It's a fundraiser for Karen Reed. That was my biggest deal with that girl that night specifically. And like, she can't understand why, you fucking idiot. You know what I mean? And then she tried to sneak. She also tried to fucking sneak Chrissy Mello one day too. And then I popped up and she had nothing to fucking say until obviously later. But yeah.
Let me ask you this. So you say you met the GOAT for the first time in July 2023. Now I want to ask you this: at what point did it become more than just, I met this guy, I follow him, and it turned into a real friendship?
So I would say that happened probably.
Because the reason why I say this is because this is my favorite picture, y'all, right here.
So yeah, I love that fucking picture. I actually have a picture of him too. There's a picture or video somewhere of him hugging Dennis fucking Sweeney too, which is a really good picture. Sad, but good. And then you have Tim right here in the back from Canton Cable. He's got everything. Yeah, I love that fucking picture. I swear I didn't smell. We were all sweaty, but I didn't smell. But no, like I'll tell you right now, for real, I had contact with him because of I don't even remember how I got his phone number, to be fucking real with you. Maybe I messaged him on Facebook and he said, I don't know. I really don't. But we had texted and he had like 2 phones. I'm like, all right, Kevin Gates, like relax or whatever. So, and he does too. He does. I love it. So he, more so about just like, hey, listen, if you don't feel comfortable, like, but I was going to mail you some bracelets. And he's like, no, absolutely. Like, so I gave him, he gave me the address. I sent him the bracelets. And he loved them. He said he like really liked them. And, so we kind of just started shooting the shit. And then I'd see him at court, and we start talking. And then when he was in jail, I wrote him a bunch of times. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I got to figure out how to edit this one because it's only me, fucking Lauren, and our thing left now.
Yeah. So look, let me ask you this. So, no, go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was last. So like it was. I would say I talked to him in jail a couple of times. Just writing him, just making sure his head's on, whatever. I didn't realize you could call. I would have did that too, just to bust his balls. But I was kind of upset during that time too, not only for him, his family, his kids, but also because he had LTL running his channel. And I just didn't watch one episode. He's one that like I'll never No thank you. And I'm not even like being like no hate, like nothing. I just all set. But I didn't watch them. And honestly, I was kind of like, do we even know this kid? Like, why? Like, you know what I mean? I get it. It's in a pinch and you're trying to figure shit out and you're trying to, make sure your fucking shit stays alive. I can't imagine. So I'm not judging him, But I just remember in that moment being like actually genuinely worried about Turtleboy, like Turtle Land and like Turtleboy Enterprises, if that makes sense. So I made sure to reach out to him, you know, and tell him like, hey, if you ever need fucking help with anything, like, please don't hesitate. Like, you know, whether it's fundraising, whether it's like, marketing, like stupid shit. I'm pretty like, not like, I'm pretty capable of a lot, you know, of things like that. So like fundraising and shit like that. Like I've done a lot of that. I can design posters, billboard, like I can design fucking, you know, a bunch, like I have a couple of little hidden talents. So I told him, if you ever need help with anything, like please reach out. And then I will say and this is what kills me, because there's like a little story to this. So one night during all the, like after, you know, what are we going to call it? Like post-recording gate. So Meredith had made a comment to me about how I just piled on and never gave her a chance or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well, you were never my friend. And not only that, like, I was respectful to her and I was cool with, I'd say we were cool, like, but girl, like we didn't hang out or do brunch or like shit like that. Like, what do you mean? Like I piled on or I didn't give you a chance. And this was in December. So you're talking December 2025. The bitch started with me like 3 days before fucking Christmas. I was like, yeah, we're not going to do this. I'm not fucking doing this shit, you know? So I remember last April, Aiden called me. And I will say after that conversation, we were on the phone probably 2 hours. After that conversation, I was like, I remember saying something to him and I was like, hey, like, I just want to say thank you. And I think I had said, like, dare I say, like, friend? And he's like, absolutely, Erica. He's like, I'm so grateful I met you. Like, you know, I appreciate everything you've done. And I'm like, hey, I got you, dude. Like, we're good, you know? So I didn't join anything for, like, helping people gives me gratification. Like, does that make sense? Like,
Absolutely.
I don't need like money. Like, I mean, everyone needs money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got my sugar daddy at home. I'm all set. But, you know, like everyone, you know, like you don't need to pay me. I don't need to like snoop around your stuff. I don't need access to like, if you need me to, you know, just let me, again, that I feel like I'm a very easygoing friend. I'm not always the best friend. I'm not always the one that reaches out. I become very recluse, and that's just my nature. It's not anything offensive, you know, to anybody. But I will say, like, I see a lot of myself in Aiden too. And I remember like just sitting down with him and like having a beer and being like, oh wow, like I don't like to say that Aiden and Turtleboy are two different. They are. They're different, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's easy for me. I don't know how many people are here, whatever. But it's obviously, like I said earlier, you sit here and whether it's 550, 500, 5,000, right? It's easy to sit here and talk to people, even just one-on-one or when you're by yourself and just shooting the shit with the chat, right? So it's easy. But then you see Aiden in like a crowd or like with other people, and he'll take pictures. He respects his people, I will say, even if he is in like the worst mood or in like the worst state, he'll come out, he says hi to his supporters, you know, he makes sure he does his thing, and then he goes about his business. But sitting down with him and like having a conversation, and you're like, huh, he's like, oh, you know, like he's just like everybody else, you know, he's going through shit like everybody else is going through. Just unfortunately, he has so many psychotic people that need attention, that need to constantly be in the fucking limelight. They need to fucking, you know, they need to constantly, you know, be arguing with something or be on the internet constantly, you know? So it's like, those are the people that, you know, that you're dealing with, like the selfish, weird people. And it's crazy to me that like grown adults behave this way. It really is.
Yeah. And you know, I like one thing I love about you, the GOAT, Jimmy, right? Because like, I smoke a lot of weed too, right? So the GOAT, when he talk about how you, him, and Jimmy, y'all know y'all was, blazing and had a good old time, and how the GOAT, you know, like
When you come
the
smash, like, that's what we're gonna do.
yeah, nah, for real. And then when the Jimmy had the goat on his show the other day, the goat was high. He told us, man, I just got through smoking some weed. I said, me too, goat. He said, Ray said, me too. And you could tell the goat was high, but he was popping his collar and talking his shit. You hear me, right? So
that shit happens to me. I'll start talking though, and I forget what I like. I'm like, shit, I forget what we were talking about because I'm so stoned. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, and what was so funny is the goat was so in the zone because, like I know when I be high, I be in the zone like they talking my shit. Jimmy kept putting up them different pictures. I mean, I was, oh my God.
And then the next day, my friend Crystal, she's from New Hampshire. She used to drive 3 fucking hours to stand outside of Dedham Courthouse, okay? And she's done it in the snow, in the rain, everything. And so I'm like, I love her. She's the best. But she sent me a picture the next day of just that thing. Like just Jimmy's fucking screen. And I go, I can't stand him. He's fucking foul. He's fucking foul. That was so fucking funny, dude.
And I look, so that was a moment that I thought of, how the goat was so happy when he was talking about that. And I want to know from you, like, besides that, what was the one moment between you that really stands out to you? Between you and the goat.
Let me see. I would say that, and like even the picture you showed, like that was an amazing feeling. You know what I mean? Like I was so proud of him. I was like, you fucking did it. Like he was like, I know, we did it. And I was just so proud of him because and the thing that sucks is like we couldn't, even after that day, I'll tell you, there was no closure in a sense, right? Because he still has to go through now bullshit because of him exposing these rancid ass people to us, essentially, right? And like, again, how he delivers it, what he says, he might be, crude, he might be brass. I will say he's brash. He's gotten a lot. It's funny. I've witnessed him as Turtleboy not change, but evolve. And it's like it's fantastic. It's fascinating. And I texted him the other day about it. And I was like, I'm just proud of you, dude. Like you've come a long fucking way. And he's gotten so much better too. Is like one of my rules too, that I've learned through this is not everything deserves a response. Not everybody deserves your time or your attention or, your acknowledgement. Not everybody deserves your attention. So like figuring out like who's worth it and who's not really makes a difference as an adult when you're coming into like something, and he has definitely like grown, I'd say, in a sense of not necessarily maturity, but just dealing with bullshit. And I think he's done a great job at it so far, and he's doing his best. And I feel horrible that he's genuinely facing 90 fucking years in prison. It's so crazy to me that that's something that they are willing to keep on the table just to double down instead of, doing the right fucking thing.
Then you got these punk ass motherfuckers out here playing with him. Like the punk shit that happened the other day. Now, I want to ask you this because let's not sugarcoat it. Did jealousy kill parts of this movement from the inside?
I know for a fact. I think it's just that is absolutely something that is plausible. I think that I don't know if people are necessarily jealous of each other. I will say that like even myself, like I have like big anxiety because like Aiden even says like everyone's starting a YouTube channel, and I'm like, yeah, fucking great, thanks. Excuse me, I do regret not starting it 2 years ago, but it is, sorry, hold on one second. It is what it is. We're here now, but I just, I don't know if it, I will say, I think yes, within the boots on the ground though, like community wise, I think jealousy tore a lot of hole, like in ego, jealousy and ego, I feel like go hand in hand, No,
absolutely. And I want to ask you this, because we know the GOAT had to go through fire, you know what I'm saying? So when people turned on Turtleboy, and we know how famous he had become, right? Was it about the truth they turned on him, or was it they mad that they wasn't in the spotlight like Turtleboy was?
I probably a little of both, you know. Again, like I don't agree with every single fucking thing that Jen, I'm gonna kick your ass. I don't agree with every single thing that Aiden says. I feel like if I did, he would probably consider me like a bootlicker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I tell him in real life, like, you know what I mean? Like, dudes, like whatever, you know, like not that I have to often, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I can talk to him and be my authentic self, and it's cool. I never would have imagined that, like, you know, having a relationship with him, or like even like being friends, you know. But last April, I remember he had came to me and I saw a different side of him than Turtleboy, and then even like a different side of him, like than Aiden out front of the courthouse. You know, I saw a genuine, like, you know, he's a human and he has feelings, and I don't think that, you know, I feel like people turning their back on him, they're only going to regret that. My whole point was, the whole thing was, you could have turned your back, but you don't have to make an announcement on your exit, right? Like, this isn't an airport. Like, if you want to bounce, bounce, but you don't now have to go on Twitter and start sharing memes from other douchebags that have Turtleboy derangement syndrome that are calling me a heroin addict after you just stood out on the fucking sidewalk with me for months, right? Like, that's what I think's funny. And then it's, oh, well, I didn't know that page did that. Then how did you know my status was about you?
Wow.
You know, so it's like, there's things like that have happened, like people that I've genuinely opened up to, like about mental health issues, or people that they've opened up to me too, like people that I became genuine friends with. I would have never seen this coming, but like, yeah, like, and now it's like, yeah, I don't even know these people. I blocked. I'm not even fucking, it's just weird adult behavior that I'm not, you know, down for.
No, I truly believe that, right? And I want to ask you this, because I think this got a lot to do with, I want to know your thoughts, right? Do you think, you know, people changed when the moment came, you know, with the spotlights and the cameras?
Yes. I had a friend that I was super close with, that I love and adore. We're going through something right now. We'll figure it the fuck out. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I have to deal with some shit. She's got to deal with some shit. If I fucked up as a friend, dude, I'll fucking own it, you know? But when it comes to jealousy, 100% dude, because I know for a fact that someone said to another human being out loud, I'm so sick and fucking tired of this shit. Like, I'm just the person standing. I'm not going to even say, because y'all will know who I'm talking about, so I can't say it. But I'm just the person standing here with this, and Erica gets all the attention. And I was like, I said, she said that? And she goes, yeah. I was like, I don't want it. She can fucking have it. I stand behind in the back in pictures. What are you talking about? I've been avoiding, at this point, like, I had been avoiding the camera for like a fucking year, because that's not what I was there for. You know, you had people coming out showing their egos, you know, showing that they were right about everything, showing that, you know, that they were good at everything. It was just stupid. Like, it was humans humaning, essentially, right? But again, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people forgot about the fucking cause. And that's the thing. I'm not jealous of anybody. Like, there is nothing anybody has or does, or there's no one out there. I mean, I might, you know, get in better shape a little bit, but other than that, none of you have anything that I want. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just try to bebop down the street and be myself, and like put people in a better mood, and like just be cool. Like, I don't understand, like, why can't we just do that, you know?
No, because you're right, because
for the most part we did, you know. One of the people had said, like, this is the same person, but she had said something on the lines of like, we're like the modern day hippies, because like we would go smoke a bone and like, you know, hang out after, like, once court started, everybody, it was like we were like the teachers, or like the fucking, like the babysitters. Like, seriously, like, everybody got situated, everybody sat down and ate, court started, Karen went in, and then like we'd go like smoke a bone down the street beside, you know what I mean? Like, and we had a great day. And again, we never were there for fun or entertainment. We were there because we were pissed off what was happening to Karen, and we were pissed off because we wanted justice for John. That's why we were there every day. That is the only reason we were there every day. I remember somebody was like, you don't even have any fucking signs with John's name on it. I was like, yeah. Literally look at my fucking profile picture, you dumbass. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you sound fucking stupid, you know? So again, like, I think that was the most thing is like, it was, and I made reference to it today, and hey, fuck it, maybe I'll make reference to it tomorrow. In a sense where it's like, don't let the people who aren't even standing in the fucking arena judge you. You know, like, you can't, like, they don't even know what you're going through. They've never been through it. So that's another thing. I try not to judge people because I don't know where you're at in your life where something may affect you differently than me. Something, I might find something funny. You might find it, you know, sad. Like, it's like, you have to like respect everybody, and someone already wrote it in here, and it's literally like one of those basic fucking terms, but it just comes down to respect. I genuinely believe that everybody deserves respect, right? You don't have to fucking, you know, say hi to everybody or walk down the street, but you also don't have to be miserable and just listen to your AirPods and keep your head down. Like, you can say hi first, you know? Other than that, though, too, I feel like disrespect is earned, if that makes sense. Like, I'm going to respect you until you show me that I have no reason to, if that makes sense, you know?
No, it make a lot of sense because what I'm thinking about now is, you know, because on the outside looking in, for all of us around the world who wasn't in Massachusetts, who could be there and who could see it, like, this is like new. It's news to us, but how we seen it play out, it really is not news now because people revealed who they really are. So when you going through that, how fake did it really get behind the scenes that we didn't see through the
there was
rigorous of it?
Oh, there was a lot of bullshit that happened. Excuse me 1 second, okay? I'm so sorry. Hold on. Hey.
You good. Shout out to everybody on here, man. I appreciate y'all coming on here, man. We got the beautiful Erica Walsh of We Got Questions in the building. And she is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on my mama and Nims.
All right, so I have to go mobile. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Wait. Is that a real pic of you? From that picture of me and my brothers at my cousin's wedding. I have to go mobile, so let me ask you. So I'm on my phone. I have to shut off Wi-Fi because it'll fuck up.
Okay, no worries. I sent the link to your DM.
You sent it to me. That's right. That's right.
All you gotta do is just get in your DM.
And that's all right, perfect. I'm gonna send you my phone number too.
Because and before you, because I know it got fake behind the scenes, because the next part we're gonna go into. Because what time to go? Come on, in 20 minutes.
Honestly, it depends. Let me double check. Let me see if he's posted anything. Because sometimes it's 9, sometimes it's 9:30, sometimes it's 10. Wait, did he get fucking bound, doctor?
Oh, shout out to hold on. Let me while you doing that, shout out to Tons of Fun. She turned me up early and I wasn't gonna forget. So Tons of Fun. Let's do that gangster lean with me. And Erica, look, I want you to go and get set up. I'm gonna take a little break. I wanna shout out to the OG. He in the building, and shout out to Red House Media. Shout out to Toy for creating the song, The Huckleberry, and we're gonna play this. Give Erica a little 2-minute break, and we'll be right back.
I'm your Huckleberry, 214 detonate. Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry, 214 detonate. Boys on, still same. In every state, fly the car at 39K, boy, wait. Crash lane 2, crash lane 2. You riding phones off another man, true. Oh man, you still at the gas pump. Yeah, no camera lens, just a hot mic gleam. Any clickbait dream just to make a meme. Race stay cool while the chat stay lit. Respect that house, still talk my shit. You talk unit, but you split your crew. Blame them fool for the mess you do. OG talk race, but you missed that class. Now you flying front seat, gas, no gas. I'm your Huckleberry, no face, all front. Woo! 214 soul in the wild, say my name. Right phone till you in game. face falling like last call gin. Mike till shape slip words thin. Kev out back chain smoking his pay. 56 still can't clear the gray. Jeff BM in the view, call it flight 39K. Talks to go co-hosting back away. Say I sell my tea, yeah sure. Whatever you mean, gets every black voice on the semi don't scream. Act like truth don't hurt, but you hook, but real clean. Now the face gon' flinch when they hear that beam.
No face needed when the truth got teeth. Words cut deeper than a badge or a beef. Y'all play cop in a YouTube hood. I'm just saying what real ones would. Either do this we.
Respect ain't weak, it's rare.
I'm your Huckleberry, 214 still ride. No K of Huckleberry, 214 still ride. No cake, no man, trophy in the sky. Riding booms till the tide is split. Woo! Right from dollar, yeah, I built this shit. Woo!
Gonna give Erica a little time. Shout out to the OG turned up for the membership. Shout out to Mois. She say Erica. Y'all know how I say Erica is the shit. And shout out to She Like Texas for them 50 memberships. And we finna turn up super big while we waiting on Erica. She Like Texas. I say the stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, shout out to Pretty Kooky and turn all them up.
You're daily if you do.
Forgot about that. Shout out to the beautiful Laura Ornado to love everybody to death. And I love y'all. And the Pretty Kooky, turn them up.
You're daily if you do.
You a daisy if you do. Bet I ain't got shit to prove. Boo does gold tooth, Lil Bruce, smile sharp enough to choose. Bang, bang, right through your cool. Walking like a rumor with a pose. Lip curl sweeter than your cold. My eyes say try me and you freeze like salt. Got your huggle, got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle, got your huggle. Step up, I'll clear the room. You're a daisy if you do, you're a daisy if you do. All aces in my hand, better bag. Tongue sharp like a tag, hit a click, clack. You wanted that heat, now it's time to meet the sun. No shade, just black. Walk, walk, walk slow. Silver in my lap, halo crooked heart attack. Say a piece, talk that trash. I turn every word to glass. Cut deep. Got your huggle, got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle, got your huggle. Step up, I clear the room. Smile sharp enough to do. You're a daisy if you do.
Man, shout out to Pretty Kooky for that jam, and shout out to everybody who on her. We still waiting on the beautiful Erica Walsh to come back, and y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Pretty Kooky, man. She be turning up over there. Now, I want y'all to look at this picture right here of my thumbnail. This is a real photo of this beautiful woman, and I say this respectfully, right? Erica is so gorgeous on this picture, right? And I say this is a beautiful woman. Not only is she beautiful on the outside, she beautiful on the inside, and she is real, right? And it's just an honor to have her on the show, to be able to converse with her, right? Man, hold up. And while we waiting on her to come back, man, I just want y'all to know I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button for me. And we'll be back in a minute. Thank y'all so much.
I'm the champion, feel the rush, the crowd goes wild.
Obviously, obviously, yeah, obviously. Obviously, yeah, obviously. Tell them, obviously, I know these niggas don't want me to win, but I'm sorry, G. I know they thought I wouldn't come back and pose on them hoes, but nigga, it's time to eat. I got a vendetta. Any one of you niggas, I been better. Got them gritting they teeth when I gritting at them. Took a second away from the table, it's time to feast. Heard they was mumbling, talking up under their breath. That nigga a hoe, he soft. That nigga lame. That nigga bitch, he puss. I stood on business, that's law. I had them running that boots and tucking they tail and scared to put me on a song. I had them cuffing they bitch and thinking I hit. Shit, what you on? Couple years off, and I'm back in this motherfucker. Nigga, do somebody, then fuck your recognition. You don't like I'm spitting, nigga, better shoot somebody. The game and full of clowns, I don't believe you sucker niggas. Better leave me be okay. Niggas better watch they speech, okay? You better than me, no way, Jose. I could be cutthroat and I'm all out, but I let them get paid for a minute. Let them look gang for a minute, but really they hate cause I never look lame for an image. Never be fake, I'm a realist, I'm solid. I went out and got it, I promise I'm with it. Want me to switch up and get soft on so you can make it, I promise I get it. I know some secrets I never tell, but most of you rap niggas got bitch ways. Quick to tell on you, get jammed down, couldn't sit down 5-6 days. Put him and him in a crossway, but a gang member on display. That's the same nigga with an AK on the block yelling out gunplay. That's the same nigga with a trap house and he been through it so he no pain. Look in the face of a realer. Lost come questioning me on no names. Bitch, I really come from the trenches. Kathleen crashed out like road rage. Be done snapped that and got life in the pen cause most of you niggas got hoe ways. Man.
Shout out to Erica Walsh. She'll be back soon. But look, I want to play this right here because Erica, man, she was so gracious with everybody. Check this out.
Hi guys, my name is Erica Walsh. I'm from Charlestown, Massachusetts. I'm out here supporting Karen Reed and Dedham. I just wanted to thank the Center for American Liberty for supporting me through everything I've been through and following the buffer zone. And I'd like to thank you for supporting myself and my lawyers, Mark Randazza, John Mateus, and Woolman, Mr. Woolman. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything.
Man, hold up. Let me play that again. That's gracious. That's honorable right there. When they took her away like that, blowing that 90-degree heat on her. If you ain't never been through nothing like that, you don't understand. And Erica is strong. She was talking her talk to him. Look how she coming. And she's so gracious to thank everyone.
Hi guys, my name is Erica Walsh. I'm from Charlestown, Massachusetts. I'm out here supporting Karen Reed and Dedham. I just wanted to thank the Center for American Liberty for supporting me through everything I've been through and following the buffer zone. And I'd like to thank you for supporting myself and my lawyers, Mark Randazza, John Mateus, and Woolman, Mr. Woolman. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything.
Okay, everybody, we got the beautiful Erica Walsh. She's back in the building. Erica said she had to transform. But yeah, Erica, I want to show you this. I wanted to play this for you. I forgot because you thanked everybody. And here, I want you to see this.
Hi guys, my name is Erica Walsh. I'm from Charlestown, Massachusetts. I'm out here supporting Karen Reed and Dedham. I just wanted to thank the Center for American Liberty for supporting me through everything I've been through and following the buffer zone. And I'd like to thank you for supporting myself and my lawyers, Mark Randazza, John Mateus, and Woolman, Mr. Woolman. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Yeah,
Man,
so that was the third take. I was so nervous, you can tell, and I could not, I couldn't remember what he was. There was so much going on. It was like the same day as her verdict, so everybody was outside. There was so much going on, and I had to like repeat it like 3 times, and then finally I got it. But I felt bad. But there's the video when you just pulled that up too. That was for because the Center for Liberty. See, I suck, but they were the ones that helped pay for my lawyers. So like I didn't have to pay out of pocket, which was fantastic. I was obviously grateful for that. And it's crazy because even the day that it happened, like we didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know I charged yet. And people were already texting me like, what do you need? Like Richie from Micro Dots, he's like, I'll do a fucking fundraiser tonight. Like, please tell me what you need. I was like, oh, like I was shocked at how many people actually reached out when that happened, you know?
Yeah, and now it's just because, when, we seen that happen to you, everybody's seen it happen to you, like everybody was in shock, right? And, just everything around that, it's just messed up, right? So, between trial 1 and trial 2, right? How long you got left, Erica? Because I don't want to, because we can always, because I got a lot. I mean, I don't got a lot, but I could go like the Energizer Bunny. So, are you good on time, or if
Yes,
not?
absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to. I just had to go mobile. I'm sorry. I'm going to pick up. He's saying the car is out front near Pat's, and it's not out here. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. I can't find my car. That's the only
Oh
problem. I'm
my.
sorry.
Oh no,
But
no,
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 I
no.
have
You're
plenty
good.
of time. I
No,
don't mean
no.
to distract you.
Oh no, you're not distracting me. I just want to make sure that you're okay, right?
Yes, I have to go pick my cousin up. But I'm not worried. I can talk the whole ride there, and then we'll figure out on the way back. I'm actually trying to talk him into coming on my show because he did 8 years or 10 years in Shirley Max, and he's been in and out of the system his whole life. And he was shot in the face last January. He was shot in the head, and by the grace of God, he survived. So I said I think he has a very powerful story that could help a lot of people, and I just want to make sure he has the right way. He's not like that type of. He's not. Did you figure out? Do you think like 2 years ago you would be doing this? Like you would be like, you know what I mean? Like that's how
No,
I think about it. Like I'm like, I
no.
don't know if 2 years ago, or even right before Karen Reed started, like I don't know if I was the type of person that, would do something like this. Like I, it's weird. Like I don't know.
No, that's because I still cover boxing, but I was
Right.
covering boxing then, so
That's right.
this wasn't even on my mind, right? But I want to go somewhere else with it, but I want to go here with it, right? Because I
Yep.
know that your dad meant everything to you, right? And I heard you mention that he put you on a speed bag at 4 or 5 years old. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. He got me like he had a big a heavy bag, and yeah, like a little speed bag for me, and then he got me this one thing where like it was a board you had to stand on, and the bag was at the end on like like a pole that flexed. So it was like a straight shot, like you going straight. Somebody had said the other day, like, oh, I don't know a ton about boxing. To be honest, I mean, my father, always watched it, and I like the UFC and shit like that, and I'll
Yeah.
watch it every once in a while. But I personally know Peter McNelly. When you ever fucking said that name, I almost fell off my fucking chair. I have the funniest video of him and him running from the cops because they were there to detain him. When you
Now,
ever said that, I was like, holy fucking shit. How does he know that name? I couldn't fucking believe it. I couldn't believe it. But
yeah.
yeah, so you know what it is? My father always said, like, he never trained me to fight. He trained me to defend myself. And I was always okay with that. I never like started anything. You know what I mean? I just wasn't like that growing up. Sorry,
Yeah,
hold on.
no, take your time. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Get in the car. I'm finna play Pretty Cool again. Take your time, Erica.
You're daily if you do. You're a daisy if you do. Bet I ain't got shit to prove. Boo does go tooth, Lil Bruce, smile sharp enough to choose. Bang, bang, right through your cool. Walking like a rumor with a pulse. Lip curl sweeter than your cold. My eyes say try me and you freeze like salt. Got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle. Step up, I'll clear the room. You're a daisy if you do. You're a daisy if you do. All aces in my hand, better back. Tongue sharp like a tag, hit a click, clack. You wanted that heat, now it's time to meet the sun. No shade, just black. Walk slow, silver in my lap. Halo, crooked heart attack. Say a piece, talk that trash. I turn every word to glass. Cut deep. Got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle. Step up, I clear the room. Smile.
I guess it's
Word.
over here.
Oh no, take your time, Erica, because I want to play this for them because this was the whole video of you. Give me 1 second.
For the fucking day.
Did we have an issue with this before? You're walking through here with the sweatshirt?
I'm leaving.
I understand.
I'm not congregating. I'm not protesting. I'm fucking leaving.
Right, but what's the rule?
There's no rules about this one. It doesn't say Karen Reed.
It has to do with the case, right?
No, it doesn't. It has to do with something else. A guy whose kid was just murdered.
What do you got in the back?
It's full of fucking words.
Relax. Okay,
All right, you know what?
I know. All right. Go ahead. It's being documented.
Take me. Go ahead.
I'm not doing that.
Take me. What? What? You had fucking guys detain me last week. I asked you to leave.
Go. Are you leaving?
Since.
Are you leaving? All right, good. I don't want to have this.
I need you to send me that.
Good. Every time you walk. Every time. You're not kidding.
You're delusional. You're delusional. You're a fucking troublemaker.
Okay.
You're a troublemaker.
All
You're
right,
a lying
let's go.
piece of shit.
All right.
To use us for information. All true. All true.
Ooh, hold up, Erica. Talk that shit. Look, that deserves a rewind. Hold up.
I was gonna say,
Did we have an issue with this before?
listen to what I said to him.
What was you gonna say?
What was you gonna say? Yeah, listen to what I said to him and what he said to me. It's like background noise, but listen to it.
Oh man, let me see this for the
For the
last.
fucking day.
Did we have an issue with this before? You're walking through here with the sweatshirt.
I'm leaving.
I understand.
I'm not congregating. I'm not protesting. I'm fucking leaving.
Right, but what's the rule?
There's no rules about this one. It doesn't say Karen Reed.
It has to do with the case, right?
No, it doesn't. It has to do with something else. A guy whose kid was just murdered.
What do you got in the back?
It's full of fucking words.
Relax. Okay,
All right, you know what?
I know. All right. Go ahead. It's being documented.
Take me. Go ahead.
I'm not doing that.
Take me. What? What? You had fucking guys detain me last week. I asked you to leave.
Go.
You haven't talked
Are
to
you
me
leaving?
since.
Are you leaving? All right, good. I don't want to have this.
I need you to send me that.
Good. Every time you walk. Every time.
Right.
You're not kidding.
You're delusional. You're delusional. You're a fucking troublemaker.
Okay.
You're a troublemaker.
All
You're
right,
a lying
let's go.
piece of shit.
All right.
To use us for information.
Man, Erica, boy, you was a gangster right there. Now, what specific? You're muted, Erica. You're muted. Now, what specific point on there that you want us to pay attention to that you were talking about?
So, like, when he says something, what pissed me off was when he went, like, every day it's something. And I was like, dude, you're a fucking loser for that because you talk to us, like, you ask us to help you out with these people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at one point, like, we were kind of, like, working together, like, respectfully with them. You know what I mean? So it's just, like, obnoxious for him to, all of a sudden, like, yeah, you're a troublemaker. Like, that's what they were trying to do, and that fucking pissed me off. Because I was like, dude, you were just talking to me 2 days ago. Like, don't act like I'm a fucking troublemaker now, you know? And that's exactly what they were doing, just to make the fucking point about the sweatshirt, which was a lie, essentially, because there's nothing wrong with that fucking sweatshirt. And funny enough, well, not funny, but right before this happened, I was down out front of Dedham Courthouse, and Aiden's lawyer, Bradle, came out. And he was with another gentleman that I literally thought was an associate of his. He was dressed like a lawyer, like he was in a nice suit. He was kind of dressed up. And he come out front and he was like, hey, like, I appreciate you guys, like what you guys are doing or whatever. And he pulled out, he took his shirt off. He had tattoos all over him. He pulled up and he's like, do you guys need waters or food or anything? And we were like, no, thank you. We appreciate it. His son was killed by a woman, like, I think like I don't know if she hit him by accident or whatever, but the woman is like torturing this man on Facebook, right? So this guy just tells me about this right before I walked up to these cops, essentially. And so that's why I said, like, it's about another kid. Like, it's not about fucking you. Like, why, and again, why are you so offended by my sweatshirt? It's so stupid. And when you think about it and break it down, you can just tell it's complete and utter bullshit,
Man, Erica, see, now look. See, you said, F what y'all talking about, take me, motherfucker, take me. No, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, what the fuck do you want then?
Right.
Oh my God, that right there make me, man. I'm sorry, Erica.
No,
I gotta watch this again. I gotta watch this again because I'm sorry because you were such a gangster right there, and it make me mad how you said fuck all that talking y'all doing. Take me then. Don't be talking. You gonna talk to me like I'm a fucking little kid? Oh my God.
For the fucking day.
Did we have an issue with this before? You're walking through here with the sweatshirt.
I'm leaving.
I understand.
I'm not congregating. I'm not protesting. I'm fucking leaving.
Right, but what's the rule?
There's no rules about this one. It doesn't say Karen Reed.
It has to do with the case, right?
No, it doesn't. It has to do with something else. A guy whose kid was just murdered.
What do you got in the back?
It's full of fucking words.
Relax. Okay,
All right, you know what?
I know. All right. Go ahead. It's being documented.
Take me. Go ahead.
I'm not doing that.
Take me. What? What? You had fucking guys detain me last week. I asked you to leave.
Go.
You haven't talked
Are
to
you
me
leaving?
since.
Are you leaving? She's leaving. All right, good. I don't want to have this.
I need you to send me that.
Good. Every time you walk. Every time.
Right.
You're not kidding.
You're delusional. You're delusional.
Let's just
You're
go.
a fucking troublemaker.
Okay.
You're a troublemaker.
All
You're
right,
a lying
let's go.
piece of shit.
All right.
To use us for information.
She said, "You're a fucking troublemaker. You're a lying piece of shit. You're a fucking troublemaker." Oh my God. Boy, that's when you talking that shit, Erica. I like that shit. Now, Erica, who's that with
If
you?
you listen, you can hear me say, I asked you what their names were. So remember I told you about being detained the night of my daughter's prom? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Erica? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Yeah, sorry. I was detained, and you can hear me say, like, I asked you their names, you fucking won't give them to me. Like, he was still trying to talk to, like, sweet talk Dennis and shit in the morning. Like, he was still like, all of us, like, boots on the ground, like, trying to, and it was just like, dude, fuck you. You arrested me over a fucking hoodie. Like, it's so crazy. It really is. It's so
hold up
crazy
real
to
quick.
me.
Man, when people like this come in the building, man, I got to turn up for them. We got Mazza in the building, and we got Uncle Frank in the building. Hey, y'all do that gangster lean with us. Do that gangster lean with us. Man, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Like, shout out to just everybody here. Now, that right there was that was monumental right there. Seeing that, right? Not much of menu where it's fucked up, but for people to see that, for people to show the courage to show them like, F y'all, what you gonna do? You know, like that is just everything. Now, before we get to that, like, I want to talk about this, right? Because you spoke about this earlier, right? When you said, how your dad raised you, right? And I seen a post where you said, my dad taught me at a very early age how to defend myself. It was just me and him. He always said, you swing on someone, you better always be prepared to get hit back no matter what.
Yep. There's nothing worse than fucking women jumping into men's fights and then crying when they get their fucking jaw rocked. You hit somebody, you better be prepared to get hit back. That's the number one rule.
And I thought of that moment right there that her daddy showed her that. And another thing, I seen a post, you said proud child of a single dad. He obtained single and sole custody of me around 1989 or 1990 at the age of 25, right? That is absolutely amazing. Tell me, because I got questions. Tell me about your father and the bond and relationship that y'all have.
Yeah, so my dad's from Charlestown. He's born in 64, so he was 23 when he had me. My mom was 20. My mom, they were together for a couple of years before they had me, and they got married, I think, when I was like 2 or something. And yeah, so my mom started acting a fool, and my dad was going to work every day and giving her fucking money, and she wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing with it. And so, hold on one second. Sorry, Lovey.
Well, take your time.
Going the fucking right way.
Take your time.
All right, 28A, perfect. So yeah, like my mom ended up, she just developed a really bad drug habit, and she was selling drugs, and like just kind of like not doing the right thing, obviously, and she ended up getting wrapped up in some shit, and she had to go away, or face, a lot of other bullshit. So she left, and by the time that had happened, though, I was like 4 or 5, because I remember like my dad used to like let me go see my mom, and I would spend the night with her and stuff. But then yeah, my dad had me his whole life. I remember I went to work with him every day because there was a daycare in City Hall. So I went to City. I was like the first graduating class of City Hall childcare, which is like City Hall in Boston. And then he worked there for a lot of years, and I had a pretty normal, basic childhood. I played sports. I went to I went to Catholic school my whole life. His whole life he worked to put me through school and to make sure that I had clothes on my back and stuff like that. I love my dad. He's my dad, obviously. He has his own shit that he hasn't dealt with from when he was a kid, like we all do. And I feel like that maybe if he did at one point in time, he may evolve as an adult and stuff like that. But and maybe his, mental health, and he wouldn't be so miserable all the time. But you know what I mean? Like, it's funny when you start to work on, it's not funny, but when you start to work on yourself, and you don't want to judge other people, but you notice that if other people just put the work in themselves, they would be so much happier, you know?
And no. And when you speak on judge, that was your main. That was one of your main topics on first episode of. It's actually called Walk the Walk, but that was one of your main topics on there, judging people. Can you and that goes into what you're saying?
Yeah, like even just down at the courthouse and stuff. Like I was amazed at the different types of people that were there. Everybody, all different ages. We had different races. Different nationalities and stuff like that. And it was just like, regardless, like I just don't like to judge people. And I will say, like, ego. You had said something earlier about how like jealousy and like ego goes into that. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I just feel like if we just kind of all keep our heads on, and for the right reasons, and if again, the internet is big enough for everybody. Like, just go over your side of the internet. Like, you
Mhm.
don't have to call me fat and ugly every day. Like, I don't know, my whole thing is I would love to meet the person that does that to somebody every day and see what their life is like.
Yeah, and you're not that anyway. You're a beautiful person,
Thank you, I
and I
appreciate it.
promise you that, like, on
I just
everything
like
I
the
love.
trolls. They like to talk shit.
No, because I see that you are like like when I look at your post and stuff, I see that you're like a true, it shows that you're like a daddy's girl, right? Because you what did you say? You said you said that's how I was raised. Everyone is human to me. My dad always taught me to treat people how I want to be treated and how to treat you. And that's what you were speaking on earlier. We were speaking about your daughter. And
Mm-hmm.
me saying that, right, is getting to my next question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want you to tell me and the audience who is watching right now, how did the relationship with your father help shape and mold you into the woman you are today?
Um, I will say that I feel, I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't know. I think my dad gave me like like just enough. He always used to say he had a good bullshit detector. Like, he could tell, when people are assholes or like being or lying or whatever. He used to say that. He always knew. And like, so it was really hard for me to lie or like get away with lying because I just can't do it. Like, you can tell it on my face, I giggle, like I just can't do it, right? So I feel like if he taught me anything, it was like how to kind of like not give a fuck, but care just enough, if that makes sense.
Oh, that
Like,
makes sense.
you don't let people, don't worry about what he used to always say. I used to be like, come on, dad, like they're going. And he'd be like, I don't give a fuck who's going there. I'm not their dad. I'm your dad. Like shit like that, like he made sure that like, as insecure as I am, I really fucking shouldn't be based on the way he raised me, because he really did. Like, just, you don't give a fuck what anyone else has to say. You worry about you and your own. And that's basically what I did with Kyla. I put my all into my fucking kid, essentially. And again, people grow and they evolve at different rates and at different points in their life because of different things, whether it's trauma, whether it's just a learning experience, or whether it's something new like becoming a mother or whatever. So people evolve at different points in their life, but some people don't, and that's a problem for some people. Like some women that have children young, they never grow up, right? They're kind of almost stunted because they had their child so young, so they missed out. They feel like they missed out on their fucking childhood. So then they start acting a fool, and reckless. And so, like, I just, I don't know, like,
No, I definitely understand what you're saying, and that's what I definitely love about your show on We Got Questions, right? Because you're open, honest, thorough, and you always explain it and break it down to us where we understand exactly what you're saying. And when you said, like you feel like you should have started 2 years ago, I think everything happened for a reason, and I think
yep,
what you start now, right? Would you say like you say insecure, right?
yes, yep, yep.
Why did you feel insecure if you stated to me the way you was raised, you shouldn't feel like that.
You know what? I think it just comes down to like, you're really breaking out the psychology tonight. I like it. I think it comes down to like just questioning myself and like just comparing myself to other people when I shouldn't. And I think that's like a habit most of us have, is like, and I think I just kind of like second guessed myself. That's kind of where I, feel like I'm at right now, anyways. But it's like I talk myself out of it, and then I do something like this, and then I feel great. Or then I go on and I talk for 4 hours and I feel great. But I don't know. I feel like I think my biggest thing is I'm scared of failing. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but like I
No, it
remember even as
does.
like a kid, like as a teenager, like I didn't want to go take my license test because I was like, I'm going to be, or even like I didn't get my license till like, I drove when I probably shouldn't, but I didn't get my license till a couple of years ago. I think it was like during COVID, and I used to like be like, I can't sit in a car with a stranger that I don't know and they're gonna look at me and fail me. Like that is
Yeah.
crazy to me. Like that is like the worst thing. Like that is so odd. But then you really, I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm here for me. This woman works here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to like rein myself in sometimes. I think that's everybody. I think everybody has issues like that. But I just, I'm not a perfectionist by any means, but I just want to do it right. And I think I just want to make sure that like everybody's been so great to me, Ray. And like I don't feel like I deserve it a lot of the time. And I just want to make sure that like that I do something that's like good, but like good for everybody, like good for us and like good for like this like weird, fucked up, dysfunctional community we built. And it's not like I feel like people do take it too far, a lot of the time, which we've all experienced, obviously. Um, instead of owning it, they kind of just double down and they just kind of slowly dissipate and they slowly disappear, and you don't hear from them, and you don't hear much anymore. Um, I don't mind being held accountable for my actions or things that I might have done, or if I ever hurt anybody, or if I've always said that I like to communicate. A couple years ago, that probably wouldn't have been the case. Um, but even still now, it's like I also have like shit going on where I kind of don't even want to deal with it because I'm thinking to myself, is this worth my time? Like, is this worth my energy? Like, does this person deserve enough of this energy right now? You know what I mean? We're all going through shit. Everybody's going through life the best we fucking can. Like, I just don't understand why we make it harder on each other? And we don't have to do that?
Yeah, it's amazing, and I mean, I couldn't say it any better right now. And we done talked about enough stuff. I just, I love like when I hear you, Erica, like talking, and when I hear a lot of other people talking. When I get a chance to finally get to talk to them and interview them, these are the type of thing that I like to
Yeah.
bring out because I'm more than what
Yeah,
I
I'll
could
come
be
on here and talk with
perceived
you
as.
anytime you want. I love talking to you. You're so
So
great. And, I appreciate everything you've done for not just this movement, for Aiden. And you showed you didn't have to come out and do what you did, but you did it. And you still stand strong and you stayed tough and you kept your fucking head up and you kept fucking moving. And if anything, that's what they're fucking scared of, Ray. They can kick us down, they can talk shit, they can say these awful, horrendous fucking things about us. But at the end of the day, I put my head on my pillow and I know I have gone to bed not fucking hurting anybody or not wanting bad for anybody, you know? So when you own the fact that you're a good person, you're a decent person, and you're putting, good things out into this world, you kind of become untouchable, you know?
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I appreciate you.
Um, now, now we got questions like, and when I tell you, Erica, like everybody love you to death. Like we don't give a damn about I'm talking about the people on this side who on the
Yes.
real side, right?
Yep.
Now with your podcast, because you mentioned on 2 years, what's the biggest thing you want to bring to the podcast to get to the
Um,
people?
it's funny you say that because I have struggled with like defending myself, right? Like, there are people that have talked shit about me on their own shows and have degraded me and had said bad things, but I'm like, I really wanted to like do an episode talking about them, but then it just keeps the cycle going, right? I kind of just wanted to acknowledge them and maybe move on. But now I'm like, you know what? I don't even think it's fucking worth it. It's not worth my energy. It's not worth my time. I just want, I feel like I feel like when I first started, right, I always said like I was trying to be an outlet, for people that had questions about boots on the ground, like people that couldn't be down there. If there's been so many fucking feuds and so many like little fucking stories and this, that, the other thing. And everybody's come up, is it true? Did you see, and again, I can only tell you my truth. I can only tell you what I've seen. But I also don't want to make it just about that anymore because like I said, we've developed our own little crew. We've developed our own little individual crews. Um, I just want to keep it light and fun, and I want people to have a say in what we do, and I want people to feel good after they watch me. That's it. Like I don't want to constantly be negative and have this like heavy weight bearing, failing on us. I just want to like, have fun and go to bed and be happy, if that makes sense.
No, it make a lot of sense, and that's why I appreciate and love Mary B because
Mm-hmm.
she showed me that way. So I definitely understand that. Like it's powerful. Now, next question. When someone listens to you, right, what do you hope they feel in their lowest moment when on We Got Questions?
Um, what did you say when they're at their lowest moment?
Like when someone listens to your show,
Yeah.
what do you hope they feel if they're at their lowest moment in their
That's
life?
what I want them to feel like they can communicate that they can talk to us. They don't have to fight it alone. You're never alone. I always tell people my inbox is open. If you ever need anything or just want to vent or chat, I'm not superhuman. I can't fucking, I can't fix everything, but I can be, there to lend an ear, like I think that, like, I think if everybody, I always say like be safe, like love you, that's like one of my things. And that's what it is. Like we have to take care of each other and you have to take care of the ones you love. And yes, you have to nurture and you have to like, nurture relationships and stuff like that. But you can't do that if you're not happy yourself, right? So again, I don't go to YouTube pages and watch people I hate and just sit there and be miserable, right? I watch people that I like and that I laugh with, like you, and that I can go in and shoot the shit with people in the chat. Like, so I want people to feel like they can come, they can be open and honest about what they're going through, and if they need anything, they can reach out. I want them to feel comfortable enough to reach out to me.
Now, one thing I like about you, and you stated earlier, that you're not here to be no bootlicker for nobody. You love and appreciate everybody, but you're not going to agree with them, whether it's Turtleboy, me, or anybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the one message on your show, We Got Questions, you think people need to hear, even if it makes them feel uncomfortable, you're going to bring?
Let's see. What is the one question you're saying?
Like, what is the one thing, like that you think people need to hear, like, or anything people need to hear that's going
Yeah.
to make them feel uncomfortable that they
It's not,
need to hear?
yeah, you know what? It's not about you. That's one of my things. It's not about you. It's not, you know, it. when you're coming into something like this, right? Like be open and be ready to like, you know, accept other people, and not everybody is gonna like you, and not everybody's gonna, you're not gonna like everybody else, right? But be open to like meeting new people and experiencing that and being comfortable. And I guess like if everybody, I feel like if people were just nice to each other, it would be a lot different. But nobody wants to do that, and I understand why. Because some people have, you know, their own fucking shit going on. But I feel like if we just focus on the people that we like and that we care for, and that, you know, that are going out of their way to make sure they stay in contact with, you know, us and stuff like that, those are the people you want in your corner. You know, other than that, it's like I want, I get it. Everybody has a bad day. I have them too, you know? I just I feel like we have like this little, built this little thing that we can all kind of rely on each other and go from there, you know? And support each other too. That's what I love about it too, is like there's such an amazing amount of support. It's really like incredible, honestly.
Yeah, and a couple of more questions. A couple of more questions about the show, and then I'll let you go because, like I say, Erica, like I'm real extra. I can go on forever. You better ask them about me. I just be going and going.
Yeah.
But I got a couple of more questions for you.
All right.
What does helping people actually look like to you beyond just words and content?
What did you say? What is helping people?
Yeah, what does helping people look like to you beyond
Um,
just words and content?
Honestly, like I said, I think it's more so just like being available and being there when people need you and kind of showing up. Like I'm kind of that friend that like I'm not going to call you every day, but if you need me, I'll be there in a second and you can have the shirt off my back if that makes sense, you know?
That make much sense. The last question, Erica, because you've been great.
Hmm.
Now, since I know we got questions. I know you're gonna keep it going, right? Now,
Yes.
years from now, what do you
Yes.
want people to say that your show did for their life?
I want them to say that it was funny and that it gave them, you know, a group of people that they can rely on and that they can, you know, respect. Stuff like that. Like you know, I feel like not, you know, it's like one of those things too. Like you have these different groups of people. Not everybody watches yours. Not everybody watches mine. But you know, they're all kind of intermingling and stuff like that. And I
Yeah,
just, like I said, I'm excited to see what this community will be after, like you just said, in a couple of years, like after it's all said and done. You know, like
absolutely.
I would love to see. I can't wait to see what it looks like because it's gonna be outrageous. I know it is.
No, absolutely. And Erica, man, I done had you on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I
That's
thank
okay.
you.
I
So
know
no,
I
see,
talked. Sorry.
no. I talked to you, but to ask them about me, like I could keep going. But look, that just show how gracious you are.
Absolutely. Anytime.
You have been wonderful. This has been such a blessing and an honor to have you on here, and I
No,
want to
thank you.
thank you,
Anytime. I'll come back sometime. We can shoot the shit anytime you want, Ray. I love you and
man.
I
But you
appreciate you guys.
and I love you too. And you just don't know how much this means. Thank you so much.
Thank you, baby. I'll talk to you guys soon, all right? Everyone
All
have a
right,
great night and be good to each other.
all right, bye, Erica.
All right, bye.
Man, ain't Erica great? Man, this means a lot. But she got a beautiful soul. On the outside, she beautiful. And on the inside, if you're not rocking with Erica, what the fuck are you doing? Man, look at this woman, man. And this is a real picture. I just put the stuff around it. Look how beautiful she is. Because beauty's only skin deep, right? You could be beautiful on the outside, which she is. But if you're not beautiful on the inside, it means nothing. And she is all of that. I want to thank y'all. for showing up and showing out for Erica and coming on her rocking with me. It means everything. See y'all soon. Love y'all to death. TRUF. Truth.
He's the mirage in the rear view glass.
It's Ray from Dallas.
Let slip past. Was he here? Was he there? Was he ever mine?
Ray from Dallas?
Just a trick played by time.
This dude is savage as fuck.
Or just a dream?
What up, Ray from Dallas?
Ray from Dallas, tell me true.
He's fun.
Hi, Ray.
This appears to be a black man.
Ray from Dallas.
Let's take this walk.
Is he real or just a dream? Falling stars or a laser beam? Ray from Dallas, tell me true. Are you the myth or the man I knew?
This dude is
Savage as fuck.